Alright, let's see if notifications work. Coolman said first, so chances are it didn't. Oh, but that was a minute ago. No, it was recent. Notifications probably didn't work. Let's give it a second, though. I'm 95% sure. You'll see when viewers update. Live viewers 4. Oh, yeah, no, it didn't work. Bro, notifications are cooked on YouTube. Notifications aren't working, so nobody that would watch my stream is aware that I'm streaming right now. That's the issue. Bro. So I just like... This video is so peak. Hold on, we'll be at it in a second. There's actually a few videos I want to watch here. Alright, we're locked in. We are locked in. There's actually a few. I'm gonna do this one, then I'm gonna go back to the Whiffies one. This is by Rovin. I don't care. What is the Toronto tempo? Who cares, bro? Toronto tempo. Come on now. So pretty much this video, this is just anomalies that can happen in Minecraft. Most people, no, honestly, I think a lot of people find it interesting, but that's why some people watch it.
You all know it's dangerous.
What am I talking about? I'm so tired. I'm just saying stuff. Like, I'm not even introducing. I'm just saying stuff.
Walk around in ancient.
Pretty much just things that... It's just seed finders finding interesting things. That's pretty much it.
Cities, because one wrong move and the warden appears. But what if there was an ancient city where you
So,
don't have to worry about them? Well, back in November, a seed finder called Xime discovered...
Why is that at the beginning of the video? Oh, right. I was right here. We're starting here because I was here, alright?
Which tracks the size of monoliths on certain
Long
seas.
time no
Even created
see.
an entire
Shadow
theory
Vortex.
as
What's
to why
good?
these
Shadow
structures
Vortex.
exist. Tremeshan says it's unknown how this mine programmed to be more efficient for finding monoliths. And after doing this, he made some very interesting discoveries, such as the seed 617, which has a monolith that's visible from spawn. After this, several other seed finders.
So monolith in Minecraft is pretty much a thing where the Perlin noise generator that makes the terrain, it just breaks. It breaks, and then the terrain just gets lifted up to the sky limit with a giant gap underneath.
Looking for the largest monolith.
But it's really rare, and it stopped happening. Like, it's really, really rare. It's like... I think every seed probably has, like, a few. Every seed probably has, like, a countable amount of them.
And a leaderboard was created to mark the biggest ones ever found. And
no, I bet there's a few more. This is what it looks like. This one's huge.
October 2020.
Wow, that's huge. Usually it's like 100 by 100 blocks. So this is at the sky limit. Oh my.
Discovered the single biggest monolith in Minecraft.
Yeah, look at the monoliths down here. And there's a tiny monolith right here. You can see they're pretty rare because this is hundreds of thousands of blocks. Look how big that red is. Like, the red is a monolith.
That's over 3.1 million blocks.
Yo,
this is so
that's
massive,
crazy.
It's fragmented into multiple pieces.
That's actually crazy.
But as a side note,
I love watching these.
That you'd need to
play a broken script, maybe.
1.1.2 is so old that it doesn't even have the option to enter the world seed. So unless you go into the world files with an MBT editor, the best way to see this is by using a mod to load beta terrain into modern versions. And by
Carbon
doing this
dioxide.
with distant horizons, we can see just how massive this monolith is. And by standing at the center, it straight up looks like a super flat world. Not to mention the giant ocean underneath it. Now,
oh yeah, that's true. That's because remember, it gets lifted up, so underneath is just like a massive ocean. There's currently 1 person on Twitch and 8 people on YouTube. I haven't had a stream this dead in probably 2 years. That is crazy numbers right there. Even for just a second, that's crazy numbers. Yeah, 1 on YouTube's wild. Anyways.
What's very interesting about this phenomenon that Tremeshin discovered is that around every 8.3 million blocks in any X or Z direction, there are exact copies of all monoliths.
What?
In the
Wait,
world.
how?
And every 524,000 blocks in any direction, there's partial copies of the monolith.
So what do you mean by partial copies? Does that mean like... Wouldn't it be the exact same or not the exact
because
same?
Because of the unusual quirks in the code back then. And if you go out far enough, it's even possible to find monoliths that collide with the far land.
They collide with the far lands, but which one overrides? I think the far lands overrides. Yeah, the far lands does. So there's the far lands and there's a monolith. I guess the far lands override the monolith. Because that is where, regardless, it'll break down.
told me the biggest known collision is with a monolith that has a 2,000 block border with the far land.
That's crazy.
And another fact.
Why do you make the image so small?
Has a 2,000
Bro, that's Minecraft. That's naturally generated. That's crazy stuff. Yeah, most people are here for GD, but regardless... Oh, wait, no. There's literally like 4 people on Twitch right now, and it says 1.
Farlands. And another fact about this anomaly is that Tremeshin revealed these monoliths
but this is crazy
aren't actually
stuff.
as rare as people think. Because with seed finding programs, they're actually fairly easy to find. But still, the biggest one is a very rare anomaly.
Yeah, that is wild, though. I don't know why the thing's so huge. What's up, body?
We've seen many rare things that people have randomly come across, as well as seed finders using code to scan endless seeds for the rarest occurrences. But while playing the game, I've also encountered some very unusual things as well.
Shoot.
So let's take a look at some anomalies that I've found. The first of these happened quite recently while getting footage from my previous video. I was looking for a nether fortress, and so I randomly teleported to one. But I quickly realized this wasn't just any ordinary fortress.
Wait, this is actually crazy. Crazy turn of events.
How perfectly aligned it is with the crimson biome, making it seem like paths.
Okay, no, that actually is kind of wild.
Through a forest, or even some sort of indoor park. It just has a very cozy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Even the blaze spawners fit in perfectly with the environment. Now, similar to that, I was getting some footage of a stronghold.
Imagine, what I think is, imagine like you get one of these anomalies the first time you play Minecraft.
Teleporting to one random.
That would be insane.
I came across something which I'm calling the Lush Stronghold. As you can see, part of this stronghold completely opens up into the Lush Cave,
that's
creating
crazy.
a bright open area. This feels like something that shouldn't even be possible with strongholds, because usually when they generate inside caves, the stronghold gets broken. So it's very interesting to see one that looks so well preserved like this. But speaking of strongholds,
I do sort of like when it actually just looks cool.
When I came across a strange stronghold
Shell Vortex,
where a part of it is sticking out into a hallway where it shouldn't. It looks like you're supposed to be able to enter the library from here.
Wait, how does that happen?
For some reason, this
is it the
real
same
entrance.
stronghold?
So those are the anomalies I came across. It's hard to know how rare they are, but the fact that I found them randomly without seed finding probably means they're not the rarest occurrence.
What's up,
Fluffy?
Fluffy?
To find them is still very unusual.
Missing ruined portal.
There are many strange ruined portals across Minecraft. From the one that generated a chest with 5 enchanted golden apples.
Okay, that's crazy, bro. Yo, imagine that. He's kidding. Yay. What's up, body? You shoot a green screen? Is it because my bed's not made? Don't worry about it.
Chest.
Don't worry about it.
However, in November 2025, a seed finder named Surcal found possibly the strangest ruined portal of all time. By loading into this seed, we can see a jungle temple, and right next to it is a weird patch of netherrack. And we can quickly notice that this was supposed to be a ruined portal.
Wait, how does that happen?
Here. However, for some strange reason, there's no obsidian anywhere in sight, and no sign of a chest at all. Believe it or not, this is the
I thought that little moss, that grass block right there was.
That generated without a portal, and it's unknown the only documented case of
the only one
that generated
that's
without
crazy.
A portal, and it's unknown why this happened, but it may have
so pretty much. What's up, DS?
with this jungle temple that also generated here. However, jungle temples shouldn't affect portal generation because we've previously seen portals generate inside jungle temples. So for now, this is a one-of-a-kind anomaly that has no clear explanation as to why it happened.
That's wild.
Over the years, seed finders have found many end portals with 12 eyes.
What?
This is a 1 in a trillion chance occurrence.
As we know.
Because so many of these have been found with code, they aren't considered too impressive anymore.
Yeah.
However, in recent times, one of the best seed finders, named Andrew, created a program that was able to search for 12-eye portals on super flat worlds. And using this program, another seed finder called Arch randomly sent me a message containing a list of 12-eye super flat worlds. So if you
super flat worlds? I thought they don't spawn there. It's possible for Stronghold to generate super flat on super flats. I didn't know that. What's up, Bennett? Wait, I actually didn't know that.
Type in the seed and
what's up, nom nom nom? Just says nom.
Flat. You'll find this flying stronghold, which has a
what?
completed end portal. But
what?
Usually seed finders look for 12.
Wait, how does that happen?
Portals to help with speed.
Why does it? So why does the stronghold spawn and why is it in the air?
No idea why anyone would want to find one for super flat. So this is a pretty pointless anomaly.
That looks so cool though. I don't know why. That looks really cool. They just float in the air because it's at ground wide. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Unless
that makes
you
sense.
Want to play super flat.
Does that mean before the Caves and Cliffs update, they would spawn under the bedrock in super flat worlds?
Some reason.
No, but it was also at 0. It was like Y3.
Ever since the 1.20 update, loot drops from mobs and blocks are world seed dependent rather than by random chance. So killing the same mob on the same world seed will give you the same loot every time.
I forgot about that.
Seed finders find some of the most abnormal occurrences, such as the seed with the most gravel that drops from flint in a row, and the most sticks from dead bushes. However, now there are even more.
That's crazy, bro.
Such as on this legendary.
I'm sorry, joint stream. Leave.
Master Wyatt, which if you kill 51 blazes in a row, you'll always get blaze rods, making this the dream seed for any speed.
Only goats are allowed to stay in the stream.
However, if you want to absolutely annoy speedrunners, you can instead use this seed, which if you kill 54 blazes, you'll get no blazes.
What? Wait, that's what? That's 2 to the power of 54. Or that's 0.5 to the power of 54. 1 in that chance.
At all. And if you're wondering how rare this is, blaze rods.
Oh, he's gonna do it for me.
Have a 50% chance to be dropped.
As
so
we know.
The chance of not getting rods 54 times in a row is only about a 1 in 18 quadrillion chance.
That's crazy, bro.
And to get
imagine that happening.
1 rods in a row.
Imagine that happening, bro.
Quadrillion. So unless you're Dream himself, you don't have to worry about randomly finding that. But moving on to Wither skeleton skulls, the old world record was 9 skulls in a row. But now a seed finder named Astro discovered a seed where the first 10 Wither skeletons will all drop their skulls in a row, which is a 1 in 10.5 quadrillion chance.
That's
so
crazy
this is a
stuff.
Good seed to be able to spam Withers very
What's up, Blazy?
Speaking of mob drops though, on this seed, the first 50 Endermen you kill will all drop their Ender Pearls, which is...
That's wild, bro. If you guys want to know what we're just watching anomalies that can happen in Minecraft, or that exist within seeds.
It's absolutely insane. Just imagine this was the same seed as the blaze drops. You'll be crazy for speedrunning. But if 50 Ender Pearls sounds like a...
The thing is it possible for 2 people to run up the exact same seed? Has that happened before? Like, I don't think it has.
Where it takes 1,638 oak leaves to even drop a stick. And it's kind of funny that this could have happened on any seed.
That's
but
crazy.
It's just such a weird anomaly that you probably wouldn't even notice that you're not getting any sticks from leaves.
That'd actually be
crazy.
You
would probably notice if your farm became poisoned. Because on this next seed, the first 7 potatoes you farm will all be poisoned. So yeah,
I like this concept.
Now, there's an entire spreadsheet full of these abnormal loot drops, such as...
What else do you have? Snowballs from snow golems, slime balls from panda sneezing. What does that mean? Slime oh, right. Longest streak without ender pearl bartering. How many? It doesn't say a number. I don't know why. Oh, that would be interesting. Back-to-back ender pearls from bartering 9.
Glowstone.
Bro, that'd be a speed run thing. Wait, you said hello, then you said hi. There's an equal chance that I read both, Gangling.
And I'll let you all know if anything else crazy is found.
Hello. Let's see what we got. Highest end fountain?
End island, you'll find the end fountain, which is the exit portal to the overworld. In the past,
don't you just call it the exit portal? No, I don't call it that. What am I talking about? No, it's not the end portal. Exit portal. I usually call it that. Like, I never really think about it. I never call it anything.
Such as the ones that generated very low to
end fountain. No, I think I've
ones that were cut off before. So we know what the lowest possible ones are. But what about the highest exit portal in all of Minecraft? Well, the highest that Endstone can generate on the island is up to Y75. However, this is an extremely rare phenomenon, with no one having recorded such an occurrence.
That'd be crazy.
And only 2 seed finders in history have ever attempted to find the highest fountain. The first is Dylan DC14, who a while ago managed to find an exit portal with its top bedrock reaching Y75, and he said it's realistically possible to find one that's 1 block taller. However, it's so rare that he stopped searching for it. However, in January 2026, the seed finder M33 Galaxy had his own quest to find this, until he discovered this seed, which has an exit portal that generated on Endstone at Y73.
Wait, that's wild.
With its top
look how low that is.
Seed, which has an exit.
Sorry, can I take a look at that?
M33 Galaxy had his own quest.
Pattern recognition. Hold on. Do you guys notice that this is descending, like higher, lower, 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 lower?
This seed, which has an exit portal that generated on Endstone at Y73.
Did you do that intentionally? Look how low that is. Wait, that's crazy. I bet the top of it's peeking over how high that is.
Going to Y76. This is so tall that the top of the exit portal is literally on the...
Oh, I think they did that intentionally.
Same height as the...
That's what I'm talking about. Look at that.
Obsidian
Devil Vortex Pillar.
Keep in mind, this is so rare that this is the only time you'll ever see something like this happening in the game.
Unless they can make a better code, they might just find it again.
Galaxy wasn't done with his seed finds in the end, because he also found yet another abnormal end island for a completely different reason. This one has the deepest end platform in Minecraft, meaning if you go on this seed and try to dig upwards, the end stone is 14 blocks thick, and you can see the end stone completely surround.
Why is it so low?
Platform in an abnormal way. M33 Galaxy says this is the perfect seed to troll a speedrunner, because imagine if you zero cycle the dragon. But
doesn't it usually take like 5 blocks? I found it usually takes 5 blocks. What's up, Charlie?
Stone instead. However, this still isn't the craziest thing M33 Galaxy found in the end, because if you didn't know, the end stone on the main island will generate exactly the same on every single version of Minecraft. So loading in a seed on version 1.0 will have exactly the same end island as on the latest release. However, in December, M33 Galaxy came across this seed, where if you load it in version 1.16.1, the exit portal will seem normal. However, load the same seed on
will seem normal, then he cuts to the next one.
1.21.1, and the exit portal will generate broken in the void. It's unknown why this happens on this seed, because every single other end island has the same generation,
well, if it's a no
matter what update you load it on. So this
wait, that's crazy.
This is a very unusual anomaly, and will remain a mystery until
regardless, at least you know that something varied in the generation.
Figure out what's going on.
I bet the truth is it isn't actually every seed, and there is one that's similar.
Most strongholds in Minecraft usually look very similar to each other, with a few dozen rooms, maybe a library and some dead ends here and there. There have been occasional sightings of abnormally small ones, such as the smallest stronghold in the world, which was this one that only generated a portal room and a hallway. But a question that many people have had is, what's the biggest stronghold ever? Well, similar
to that would be a speedrunner's nightmares. No, speedrunners have their strats to just find the portal room, but I don't, and I suck at that. So I would just be there forever. I would actually just be there forever.
To find this randomly, due to there being quintillions of strongholds across every seed. However, just like the biggest village, it turns out Duck was also on the hunt for this. And at this point, Duck is basically the goat of seed finding, because recently he uncovered this seed. And at first, it seems like any other stronghold, but the more you explore, the more you realize that it's
Whoa! What is this stronghold?
Abnormally large. In fact, this stronghold
this is what
has
it looks like.
720 individual pieces, making it larger than multiple normal strongholds combined.
Wow.
And according to Dan,
where's the portal room?
the two furthest
Where is the portal room? Hello?
and Z point.
Where is the portal room? Is it... Do you guys see the portal room? No. I don't.
Separated by about
That's crazy.
blocks, with the entire bounding box of the structure being over 2.1 million blocks.
Where's the portal? I'm trying to scout it out right now.
For comparison, that's about as big as an end island, which is pretty fitting.
It's as big as an end island.
Because
Wow.
This also has 246 iron doors and 236 oak.
What? Oh, there's the portal room. I see it. It's right there.
This the back rooms of Minecraft, or
the back rooms of
even an
Minecraft.
underground
Crazy.
city because of its sheer scale. And damn,
That's crazy stuff.
Friend in a random location, and it took him 11 minutes to find the portal room. But as
That's better. I've taken 30 minutes as a random
you can
stronghold.
imagine, for a new player starting from the very corner of the stronghold, it could literally take hours to find the portal if they don't know what they're doing. And they
He knew what he was
thinking
doing.
the structure isn't that important. However, miraculously, the portal room is actually sticking out into a ravine, making it easier to spot. So there is a chance that if you came across this, you could just find the portal room instantly.
That's
I
crazy
think
though.
the least we could do is get Damn Duck to 5,000 subscribers for finding this, because no one else in history would have discovered this stronghold otherwise. And you can check his channel out afterwards.
Is that a chest? Lowest buried
One of the most
treasure. Oh,
overpowered
that's
starter
crazy.
chests in Minecraft, as they're pretty easy to find with treasure maps and have very good loot. But what happens if there's a buried treasure buried so deep that it's impossible to get?
That doesn't. That's basically not buried. What's a bug?
Sightings of inaccessible buried treasures, such as Dylan DC's find, which had a chest that was buried inside bedrock, as well as M33 Galaxy's treasure chest, which also generated inside bedrock. However, these are nothing compared to this treasure chest that was found by the seed finder Estra Dying in November 2025.
What?
If we type in this seed on Bedrock Edition and tell
it's on Bedrock.
the world, we'll see
Happy
the chest
Easter. Is it
sticking
Easter?
out into the void.
Oh shoot.
This is the only known buried treasure that
That's
generated
so
at the
crazy.
bottom layer of Bedrock.
Sorry, what was above the surface there?
Buried treasure.
What is this? Wait, what is the rest of this? That's not what a cave looks like in Minecraft. What is this? What am I looking at?
That generated at the bottom layer of bedrock.
What?
You may be wondering
Wait,
how
that's
this
so
is
weird.
even possible. Well, it happened because of a giant sinkhole.
Yeah, really deep ocean.
And this location also has an ocean ruins chest.
That looks so cool.
Buried almost at bedrock level as well, but it's inside lava.
Right there.
Anyway,
bro, imagine like going in spectator. You're just walking around and you see that.
Anyway,
that's insane. Or you're just flying around.
The bedrock would have some sort of mythical loot inside it. But honestly, it's a very mid chest. So it would be cool.
That's not that mid. That's pretty good.
So that the lower the buried treasure, the better the loot.
I mean, you did get 2 diamonds. Which is pretty good for it. Most unnatural spawners.
Many rare dungeons have been found in Minecraft over the years, such as the one that generated with 6 perfectly aligned spawners.
What?
Legendary sea.
What? Wait, that's crazy. Bro, imagine walking in on that. You think like you're playing a different version.
Enchanted golden apples. However, in recent times, the seed finder Chris discovered 2 insane spawner anomalies for a video he was making.
Let's see.
Now we're gonna take a look at them, as well as some other very unnatural dungeons. The first one Chris found was on this seed, which is an exposed spider spawner that generated.
What? How does that spawn? Wait, that's crazy.
In the middle of nowhere. What makes this insane is that the spawner is on nothing but an exposed plank. Because
bro, I beg that I happen to like walk into one of these while playing Minecraft. You beat Bloodlust recently. GG's.
There's a single terracotta block on the surface.
What is this? What is this, bro? This naturally generated.
For the game to spawn a mini mine shaft with the spawner, but this.
That's probably the smallest mine shaft.
rarest occurrence Chris found, because his greatest discovery
What else did he
was on
find?
this seed, which generated
That's
a
your first extreme,
one-of-a-kind
nice.
spawner cluster. This happened because 3 dungeon spawners managed to generate perfectly next
Very
to
good
each
for
other,
first.
and a mineshaft generated a cave spider spawner in the exact same place as well. So this is a very dangerous
That looks crazy.
location to come across in survival with all the mobs that spawn here.
I could imagine, bro. That would be wild.
It took a lot of coding knowledge to
What the
track
heck is
down.
that? I
But
know.
what about rare dungeons that were found completely on accident? Well, in November, a speedrunner named Soggy Bacon discovered one of the weirdest
speedrunner?
dungeons by complete random chance. If you enter this seed on Bedrock Edition,
Wait, it's on the surface, bro.
A dungeon in the middle
Nah,
of
that's
Tiger.
what? What is this dungeon? That looks cozy. I just want to sit in there with a blanket. That looks so yummy. I want to sit in there with a blanket. That's so cozy. What?
Believe it or not, this is so rare that there's never been another sighting of this in history, and it got the attention of many seed finders, since it was believed that no normal
Oh, that's such a nice I want to hop on Minecraft and recreate this. That's such a yummy little house.
would ever come across
Without the mob spawner, of course. I just want to put a carpet in the inside there. Oh, that's so cool. I like it.
Randomly. But something even stranger is that this same occurrence was then recorded a second time in December by a Reddit user called LJ Sun.
Yo.
So to me, this really raises the question of whether this occurrence is
again.
maybe not that rare at all.
It's very,
Because
yeah, that's what I'm
never
saying.
been
It's
found
very
and then
yummy.
found twice in a row makes it seem like something changed in Bedrock Edition's code that makes it more likely to happen. But let me know what you all think in the comments. But now, what about a dungeon with no spawner at all? Because a Discord user named Carpet sent me this seed, which has a dungeon that generated right on top of a Stronghold library, which somehow removed its spawner and chests. So yeah, we can't even call this a dungeon at this point. It's just cobblestone walls.
Oh, no.
spawner, and
Oh,
chests.
wait, yeah, that's
So
the
yeah, we
chest
can't even call
on
this a dungeon
the
at this
library.
point.
I get it,
It's
I
just
get it.
cobblestone walls.
The rarest
Fossils
fossil.
are very rare structures
Oh.
that generate deep underground in certain biomes. And when a fossil generates, there's a 10% chance for each of its
I haven't
bone
seen
blocks
one
to
in
be removed.
ages.
And there's
I
another
actually
10%
haven't.
chance for the bone to instead generate a bone block in certain
Okay.
biomes. And when a fossil generates, there's a 10% chance for each of its bone blocks to be removed. And there's
Yeah.
another 10% chance for the bone to instead generate as a diamond ore. That means that
Oh,
you'll
okay.
occasionally find fossils that have a few diamonds.
Will you ever find one that's just straight up like a... It is a lot of diamonds, and that means the whole thing could just be diamond ore. It doesn't even look like a fossil, it just looks like a big vein. Imagine that.
What's the fossil with the most diamonds that's ever been
How
found?
about a fossil that's just fully intact?
Well, no seed
Like all the
finder has
10%
ever
chances
attempted to
didn't
find
roll.
this. However, in February
I wonder what that would
2025,
look like.
a normal player by the name of Pytrex randomly came across a fossil in his world with 20 diamonds. This is
20
about twice the
diamonds,
number
bro.
of diamonds you'd find
I
in
am
a big
green. Good
fossil.
to know.
And someone else estimated
What
the
are you
chance of
green?
this occurring only happens once, at least every million fossils. So it looks like this
Damn.
dinosaur would have been dripped out in the past.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, what
Villager
is
houses are
that?
pretty boring with not much to see. However, in recent times, several players have reported finding strange and downright impossible villager
Dead Stream,
house
hell yeah.
generations.
I love 'em.
So for this anomaly, let's take a look at some of the rarest villager houses ever.
See what
Starting
we
with
got.
this one, which was discovered in January 2026, when a brand new seed finder called Letter27 was doing his first seed hunt. What he came across was a village with one of the weirdest houses in history. The first thing you'll notice is there's
Well,
netherite
room portal,
surrounding it
yeah.
on all sides, as well as cobwebs and mossy stone bricks, making it look
And it's
somehow
abandoned.
corrupted. And this honestly feels like a brand new
That's a
structure,
crazy
like
looking
a
house.
witch took over the village. But you can probably guess the reason this happened is because a ruined portal perfectly merged with an abandoned villager house, creating this one-of-a-kind
Oh, wait, no,
building.
that's...
But speaking
Well,
of
I thought
one-of-a-kind
I heard
buildings, in
another
December
thing, and I was like,
2025,
oh, shoot.
Discord user named Aerocool
I already
randomly came
acknowledged
across
it's a
this
ruined portal.
villager house, which looks normal from the outside. But if we dig down, we can see there's an exposed spawner right under it, making
Why is
it
there
the
two
only known
chests?
villager house
Oh,
that has
what
a
a-
built
Have I not played Minecraft before? No, but why is it not on the
in
wall?
basement. Yeah, if I was this villager, I'd be worried about hearing zombies under my house.
And why are they
every
facing
night.
each
But
other?
that still isn't the craziest house that's been found.
Does it actually break out like that? That'd be crazy. It's like, it actually looks like a basement if it breaks. I think he broke out of it.
2025, a seed finder named Xime found
That looks so cool. You can see a zombie walking out at the
where
end.
two villagers
I mean, Skittles and Poe,
decided to build
nice.
their houses on top of each other. And Xime also ended up finding another one
Yo,
of these occurrences.
Oh, I didn't even know that happens.
Happening in
Thought they're not allowed to do that.
Which also
Regardless of the Y level.
Stacked houses. And now I'm wondering what the actual limit of this is. Like, would it be theoretically possible for a village to exist where dozens of houses are stacked on?
Oh, I tell you what if it was a single dirt block on top of a house and then another house generates, so it doesn't even look like it's on like a whole other level.
Well, there's no way for us to
It actually
know,
looks like they're stacked on top.
Other
That'd
than
be
these
crazy.
abnormal houses, Xime also discovered this one, which looks completely normal, but for some reason it generated a pumpkin right inside the villager's home.
Oh, that's
Not
crazy.
but
That'd be
it's
really
something that
difficult to
shouldn't
say
be possible.
the name Xime every time. Why is there two chests? What's up, Adrian?
The average nether fortress in Minecraft.
We just watching Loki, it's so fun.
Hallways, 2 spawners, and even some nether wart farms. And as with many other structures, we've already seen the smallest one in the past.
That's a
However,
tiny
out of
fortress.
the multiple hallways, 2 spawners, and even some nether wart farms. And as with many other
That's an entire fortress right there.
structures,
That's the entire fortress right there. It just looks like freaking Doomsday Brick Battles. What is this? What is that? What's up, Silent? What's up, Duck? You're all saying hi now that I said hi to one of them. What's up, Devin? What's up, Pring?
One in the past. However, out
Sure
of
do
all
love
the
me,
countless
Minecraft.
fortresses across Minecraft,
What's the biggest
which
one?
one is the largest one? Of
Yeah,
all
what
time?
he just
Well,
said
you're
it.
probably expecting me to say that Damn Duck found it.
Main nerf
right?
attack
Well,
banana, nice.
surprisingly, it was another seed finder called Fanda who discovered the.
Oh, I
biggest
forgot to do something. Everybody wait real quick. Everybody wait real quick. Everybody wait real quick. Yeah, that'll work. I just need to send that to somebody on Discord. I forgot. I have this is for GD. They need to hear my clicks. Hold on. Have they really done that many? Everybody wait real quick. Discord. Everybody stick with me now. Stick with me now. I can show the Discord, I think. Well, I'll switch real quick. We'll be back on the video in a second here. Chill. I'm not imagining things. No, I'm not schizophrenic, bro. This guy said send me 30 seconds of you clicking so he can make a video. Alright, we're good. We're good. Chill. Okay.
Back in November, this legendary fortress has countless
That thing's
hallways,
huge!
and 25 chests. Not to mention 7 blaze spawners, which make
Yo, wait, the nether actually looks cooler when it doesn't have fog. That looks so cool. Well, he does have a shader, I can tell.
You may be confused as to how
Lava's
this is
not
even
that bright.
possible, because each nether fortress can usually only generate with 2 spawners at most. Well, the reason this happened is because this isn't
It looks like
actually
I'm squinting my eyes where the lava
single
looks
fortress,
extra,
but 4
you know.
fortresses that all happen to generate perfectly.
Oh,
in
they
this open
generate
area,
on top
and
of
the
each other.
connected
That's
pathways
crazy.
Make them seem like one giant fortress. So if they ever add a new boss to the nether, this definitely seems like the place where
Yeah, I bet. See what else we got. Anomaly 21. Unnatural plants.
There are many plants in Minecraft, from grass to sugarcane and trees, and we've already seen some very strange ones over the years. For example, with the tallest cactus. But now I
Yo,
wanna show you
yo,
some
that
more
thing's
unnatural
crazy.
plants. starting with the
Oh no, I
rarest lily
joined.
pad. This may sound insane, but there exists a lily pad which is so unusual that it's considered an anomaly. That's because for some reason, this single lily pad generated by itself in the middle of nowhere.
What?
This happened because technically this is considered a swamp biome, but there are no signs of it other than this one lily pad, making this technically the loneliest lily pad in Minecraft.
That's
now,
crazy.
Let's move on to the biggest melon patch ever found. We all know melons.
Wait, I'm actually kind of curious.
Iconic food sources in Minecraft.
What about like
And
Pompeii
you can
or
find them
something?
in patches in jungle biomes. But according to the game's code, there's no real limit as to how many melons can generate. And after doing some research, I came across this Reddit
Unnatural
4
pants.
years
Come on
ago
now.
by a user named RADDDD.
That doesn't look that
He found
big.
a patch of 32 melons in his world.
That does
It's
not
unknown
look that
just
big.
how rare this is. But interestingly, the seed finder Xime also recently came across this exact same patch while seed finding.
In the same,
which
the
proves that
exact
this is
same
the
one.
biggest one as of now. However, opposite to that, what's the smallest pumpkin patch in Minecraft?
It's just
Well,
gonna
in
be
December
one.
2025, a Discord user
It's just
called
gonna be one.
32 was speedrunning
Yeah.
when he came across this.
That looks
if you can even
like
call
it looks like somebody just
because for
placed
some
that. It's just
reason,
a
this
single
only
one.
generated with a single pumpkin.
It just no, don't leave.
This hasn't ever
It's
been
just a
recorded
single
online
one.
before. So
Yeah,
this
it
is
said don't
very
join, and I'm
rare
saying
for a
don't leave.
non-seed finder. Now let's move on
Blood
to
in, blood
this
out.
tree, which happens to be the Minecraft tree with the most aura ever found. So what makes it so special?
Wait, that's actually
Well, if we go on
crazy.
Minecraft tree with the most aura ever found.
Oh wait, that's
So
actually
what
crazy
makes it so
right there.
special? Well, if we go on this seed found by Estra Dying, we'll find a massive stony peaks biome, which is impressive.
That's
to look at.
crazy.
But what makes it an anomaly is this single tree. in the
That's
center.
crazy,
For
bro.
some reason,
That
a two-block
does not
wide
look
forest
natural.
biome managed to generate within this stony mountain.
A
And
two-block
birch tree
forest
somehow
biome.
survived on its own in a wasteland of nothing but stony
Wait,
mountains.
I'm trying to look at.
Birch tree
He's
somehow
on Stony
survived
Peaks right
on its
now?
own in a wasteland of nothing but
And
stone.
now he's in a
Look at
forest.
this
Oh,
guy
I was looking
profile.
at
I guess
the,
life really
F3.
does find a way. Alright, so we've seen a lot
And
of
it's
strange
birch too. Yeah,
plants
birch
so
kinda
far.
sucks,
But
not
now
gonna lie.
let's take a look at the weirdest sugarcane. And no, this isn't the tallest sugarcane because that still hasn't been found. But in December 2025, a Discord user named ZapioVirus sent a screenshot showing a sugarcane which should be impossible. For some reason, this one generated perfectly
What?
by a
What?
in the swamp.
Huh?
What's crazy is that this is actually on Java Edition because this is the
What?
sort of thing you'd normally expect to see on Bug Rock. And as far as I can tell, this is a one-of-a-kind occurrence. But another one-of-a-kind occurrence
Wait, that's
is on
insane.
this seed found by Xime, which is the loneliest cactus in Minecraft.
It's like the one block Badlands. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I remember that. Bam, I remember that. I still want to know how rare that is, and the forest with 4 mushrooms on it. I want to message one of these people. I want to message somebody. Like I just want to. I want to join Rovin's thingy. I'm gonna ask him. I got one estimation. Somebody said something that I found in my world was 1 in 700,000. I don't know how much he knows himself about it. If I can find one of the main people. What'd I just do? Didn't ask. Thank you. Does M33 exist? Who else is another person I know? Who just messaged me? Yo, do Minecraft horror for content. That'd be crazy. Here's the thing. I want to message one of the people because I did find something interesting. I'm gonna message one of the seed finders. One that says they're online. Oh, this one's playing Geometry Dash. I found fallen birch log in a seed which was 4 blocks. Well, 4 logs long and had a mushroom on every log. To my knowledge, a fallen tree can only have 2 mushrooms. How rare is this? Also, I'm gonna... I'd have to look forever to find it. Hold on. If I can look at mine... If I search up screenshots, and then the one in Minecraft, I bet I have. Not gonna find it here. Yeah, but I really want to know. Texture pack for screenshots. When did I have a 2024 accidental screenshots, I bet. Yeah. Okay, that's in high pixel. Photo P, I remember that person. Pelson. It was probably like... It was probably around this time. I'll try to look for it. Looks like it would be right here, but it's not there. Are any of these intentional screenshots? I'm curious about that. 71,000 blocks out. Right there. Yeah, no, I don't see it anywhere. Damn. Whatever it is, I know for a fact it's in one of my streams. I haven't gotten a response. You do another one or not? I might. Anyways, back to it.
Badlands biome. And
bro, I wish I could find that.
For 3,380 blocks. So good luck getting green dye on this seed. Now similar to that, Xime also searched for the loneliest tree ever and ended up finding this one, which is located over 460 blocks away from any other tree. Looks like deforestation's getting pretty bad, huh? And while that's the loneliest tree, what about the furthest that a player can spawn from wood?
Let's see what we got.
When you spawn in a world, the first thing you do is punch a tree, right? Well, Xime found this seed, which has no trees in sight. That's because the closest piece of wood is over 590 blocks away from the spawn.
Okay, that's crazy, bro.
Shaft, it's gonna take
Yo, imagine that.
Get started on this seed.
What are you doing, my bow? I'm watching interesting stuff.
Over the past few years, seed finders have been on the lookout for an impossible Minecraft seed, and they've found ones that spawn you inside an underground lava pit.
I've seen that.
One where you're stranded on a single block.
However,
every time a seed like that has been found, the community has always found ways to beat it. Even this seed on Bedrock Edition, which I previously said was impossible, and spawns you inside lava, was actually beaten because of a glitch that allows you to teleport yourself to the top of the world and clutch on some water. So that there are no impossible seeds, right? Well, you should never
Deforestation went
underestimate
too far.
seed finders, because M33 Galaxy made it his mission to find a truly impossible seed.
Let's
and
see what
after
we got.
searching over 14 billion seeds, in November he found this one.
Did he actually find one?
Where the moment you spawn, you're in lava, with no way out. There's no spawn immunity, and even if you use the glitch to teleport yourself to Y320, there's no water to catch you.
That's crazy! So they have found an impossible
knowing
seed.
the Minecraft community, someone might actually try and
Okay, that's true. Somebody might.
The only way I can think of is if a horse spawns somewhere below, and you somehow manage to MLG clutch onto it.
Yo, imagine it's your first time playing Minecraft and that happens. What's a Winter Nova?
Will actually beat this.
Imagine.
We'll just have to see. Trial chambers are one of the best structures in Minecraft. However,
they're
since
pretty
they
cool.
were added, both seed finders and normal players have managed to find some very rare occurrences happening within them. So now let's take a look at some of the rarest trial chambers in Minecraft. Starting with this seed, found by the legendary seed finder Fragrant Result, which somehow generated not one, but 2 end portals inside a single trial chamber. This unnatural
What is that?
2 end portals.
What am I looking at? What am I looking at?
Inside a single trial chamber. This unnatural occurrence happened because on Bedrock Edition, if a stronghold generates in the same place as a trial chamber, the stronghold will be overwritten, except for the end portal frames. So a stronghold tried to generate here.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy stuff right there.
Doesn't explain why there are 2 end portals.
Crazy stuff.
Well, that has to do with how Bedrock Edition generates strongholds.
Oh, Bugrock. Here we go with Bugrock. What's up with this storm?
128 strongholds generate. In Bedrock Edition, strongholds spawn randomly throughout the world, either by themselves or under villages. And it just so happens that under these
I usually find them under villages.
Generated inside a trial chamber, making one of
What is that? Wait, what is that chest? What is that chest? I'm about to search up this seed, go on it, and figure out what's in that chest. What is this chest? Is he not going to acknowledge the fact that this naturally generated, or...
Inside a trial...
Oh, wait, it's a, it's a buried treasure. We're right next to an ocean.
Chamber. Making one of the rarest.
At least he acknowledged it by looking at it.
This actually looks like it was custom.
That's also rare.
By natural world generation. So
right
that
there.
Chamber was only found.
Plus, it's pretty far from the
but what about
shore.
a trial chamber anomaly that was discovered by complete random chance? Well, back in October, I received a message by a Discord user named Julia, who informed me about a rare occurrence she found while playing on her survival world. On this seed, you'll find 3 beds in this trial chamber that have been sliced in half, almost like some sort of execution took place. These beds usually generate in trial chambers, but the reason they were cut in half is because its stronghold also generated.
He is not dumb, bro. Chill out, Game Boy.
Right on top of the bed, and when you consider that even 1 half bed is uncommon, having 3 in a row, especially from a non-seed finder, is incredibly rare. But speaking of random finds,
I still want to know how rare mine is.
Discord user named Pebble posted another unusual occurrence inside a trial chamber. This one generated a strange floating chest that has some papers and a smithing template inside. And you can probably guess that this isn't supposed to generate inside trial chambers. That's because this chest...
Oh, hold on. I want to send my message. I want to recreate it. Somebody clipped it, I bet. Really, really rare stuff. We should actually search for the clip. I think I made it. Clips I've created. Let's go back to these times. Okay, I don't think it was that old. Yeah, it was not that old. So I know somebody clipped it. Minecraft. Where Minecraft? Accidental triple Neo. I remember that. I beat Minecraft with pumpkin pie. Yo, that was sick. Wait, 555 views, which is crazy for a Twitch clip if you didn't know. For some reason it's on Twitch. It's really rare. Okay, I'm gonna go clips of my channel. We're gonna go back to the time. We just had, it was 2025, around 09. So around November is when I was looking. And when I found it. Okay, we are searching for a very, very rare occurrence that happened. I joined, lol. No. There's a very rare occurrence that happened to me. Squishy is lucky. That's when we were getting the diamonds. It was earlier. Wash my belly. Wash my belly. Yay. Best day of my life. Yay. Best day. Oh, alright. Smooth stone. Okay, so no, it's earlier than this. Okay, so here's one of them. Oh, it's my Bam Bam. Whoa, this baby's huge. Is this a Badlands? Okay, there was that. That's a... Actually, I'm gonna message Roven. I'm gonna put it right there. Tree. Where am I playing Minecraft back here? Yeah, where was, right here, I think. Right here? No, this was... What are these? They're all like... The screen's just black. Oh, this is loading. Bro, I know they're out there. I know they're out there. 2025, 09, 18, but I wasn't doing it at that time. 09 is September. No. It's September. So it's... Okay, so we're here. We're here. Oh, we're almost there. Penis 2? What is penis 2? What? Not one, but two PPs? Two different styles. Style. Okay, I want to save that. This was one of my favorite things to do. What is this? Oh, I remember that. Bro, I missed this one. 100k walk was so W. So many ones. That was a classic. More weird generation. Yo, this was back in the day. Bro. No. No, this generation keeps getting weirder every single day. Okay, Squishy swear. Stacked chest. I don't remember such a thing. Is there even a chest in this jumble of poo. There is. And damn! Look at the iron in that. One tree jungle. Okay. Where? Jungle where? Is this the jungle? Why am I so laggy trying to scroll? Okay, where is this? There's this jungle, but where is the really rare tree? The one that was like one in in forever. One in forever amount. Play Minecraft. Bro. Okay, so I have none else. So, what? It isn't there. I know even some of you remember it. What am I doing? Oh, that was crazy. Smallest jungle and rare. Oh, this is it. This is it. It's in the same chunk. Look at that. Why is it just no audio? It's in the same chunk, so it isn't cut off. There's genuinely just 4 mushrooms on it. Somebody clip this moment right now. Oh, no, no one's gonna do it. No one's gonna. That's so crazy to me still. This is okay, we're gonna oh, did we get a response? Nope, that's a different person. Yeah. Okay, well, we sent our message. We have a few other clips of rare moments that have happened to me. All really cool. I'm gonna send these to Solid Man. Solid Man, you can ignore them. I just want them somewhere. Holy seeds. And also, oh, and I need to send it to this person. Beep, bop, boop, beep. Back to it.
Is actually from a Stronghold library.
Crazy stuff. What's up, Crystal?
You can find the rest of the library above the ceiling. So yeah, it looks like Strongholds and
What is that? What is that? Well.
Every chunk in
three. Oh yeah, they're right. There's 3 wells.
Chance to generate with a desert well. Now these wells aren't that rare on their own because deserts usually stretch for hundreds of blocks, and you'll usually find at least one per desert. But in December 2025, the seed finder Arch messaged me and said it's theoretically possible for 4 desert wells to generate on chunks right next to each other. But for this to happen is as rare as finding a fully completed end portal, which has a 1 in a trillion chance. And within the next couple of days, Arch went on a full-on hunt to find this, until he sent me this screenshot where he found 3 desert wells that generated in chunks next to each other. And yes, this isn't 4 wells, and they aren't even on the corner of the chunks, but still, having 3 chunks together that all generate wells is a 1 in a billion chance occurrence. But I still wanted to find the quad wells, and so I asked Arch for the session file on the seed finding program QBiomes viewer, so I could use my own computer's processing power to try and find it. But after leaving my computer on and scanning over 1 trillion seeds, I still wasn't able to find this. But I'll keep the search going and let you all know if it ends up getting found. Okay, so as I was working on this video, Arch ended up finding a seed with a quad desert well in January 2026. However, the problem was that these aren't exactly in a 2x2 chunk area, as one of the wells is outside the radius. But as Arch posted this, M33 Galaxy swooped in and revealed he had actually found a real quad well back in 2024, with his seed having the wells perfectly inside 2x2 chunks. And fun fact, it's theoretically possible for 4 wells to generate side by side.
That would look like a structure on its own, I bet.
Which would make a single giant well, but this occurrence is so rare.
Hold on, chat. I'm gonna order a burrito.
Found, unless seed finders care to look for it. We've already seen some of the lowest structures in Minecraft, such as the lowest shipwreck and buried treasure. But what about the rest of the lowest structures?
Burrito.
Well, the seed finder M33 Galaxy has been searching for these for a long time, and he finally released his results. First, we have the lowest trial chamber.
The big ass burrito is the name of it.
Without even using code. That's because trial chambers can't generate below y-54. So finding the lowest possible isn't that insane, but still uncommon. Just like the lowest mine shaft, which generates at y-62. Here we can see this section of the mine shaft generated with almost the entire ground being made of bedrock.
How big is a big ass? It's literally called big ass burrito. I didn't even know they're allowed to swear in their own name. Chicken. Ready to have a big ass burrito. View cart, go to checkout. No thanks. Give me that burrito. Place order.
No idea how
Uber's probably one of the most convenient companies on Earth.
However, the lowest mine shaft on Bedrock Edition is even weirder because it can't overwrite the bedrock, meaning you get this creepy tunnel of wooden planks at the bottom of the world, which was randomly found by another player named Block Luncher. But now, what about the lowest stronghold in Minecraft? Well, this also generated at Y-62, which means it overwrites some of the bedrock. What's crazy is this portal room is only 2 blocks away from the void. So both the lowest mineshaft and stronghold are only a 1 in thousands chance, which is very common when it comes to anomalies.
Yeah, that is pretty rare.
These next structures are 1 in billions and can only
in relation, 1 in thousands is not that rare.
So let's take a look at the
that
lowest
is my
village in Minecraft. This generated at Y-53 on
what is that?
Lake. And the moment we teleport here, you'll notice a war is already going on with the slime.
That's crazy. That looks pretty nice though. Yo, this villager is aura farming. Imagine. Wait, that's a path?
Versus the iron gold.
A path going in the bedrock.
Now moving on, we have the lowest ruined portal on this seed at Y-64.
That's like how it
is the only structure in Minecraft that can break through bedrock on Java Edition. And yes,
what are we even watching? So pretty much, you know, Minecraft has quintillions of seeds. Pretty much, there's seed finders which find really interesting occurrences that happened in Minecraft. That's pretty much it.
Found at this level in the past by
so pretty much we're just looking at some things that they found that are pretty cool.
Other seed finders. But anyway, next up we have the lowest pillager outpost, which generated at Y-54. And its location is also very unusual because for some reason this generated in a cave below a trial chamber. Keep in mind that outposts are never supposed to be underground and always generate on the top layer.
How does that happen?
These guys somehow got stranded at the bottom of the world. The next structure M33 Galaxy found was the lowest igloo in Minecraft.
What?
This generated at Y-54 and has a ladder that goes all the way down to bedrock.
Oh, so the thing got cut off. It would be in bedrock. Where did you order? I have no idea.
And sadly,
all I know is that's called
the
Big Ass
basement
Burrito.
doesn't actually break the bedrock. Unlike on Bedrock Edition, where igloos have been found that lead straight into the
Bug
void.
rock,
right,
let's
so
go!
Far, we've seen all sorts of structures at the lowest positions. And now, we're up to Trail Ruins, which on this seed generated wedged into the bedrock at Y-63.
What is that?
M3
what am I looking?
Generated
that's a trial ruins?
Bedrock at Y-63.
No, it isn't. What is that?
Galaxy says this was a bit harder to find.
What am I looking
at? The generation of trail ruins can sometimes fail if they spawn at a low Y level. Next, we get into the even harder structures. Ruins. Continuing with the lowest desert temple at Y-54, which also sometimes fails to generate.
What are we doing after this? We are gonna watch another video.
Level. However, this one managed to spawn inside a lava cave, with its bottom reaching bedrock. Probably the weirdest structure to see though are the lowest ocean ruins, which generated at Y-59, which if you teleport to them, the drowned will instantly be spawn killed inside lava. What makes this seed interesting is that a part of the ocean ruins generated on land at Y-94.
What?
Also making these the tallest ocean ruins, as they have an 163 block dip.
What is that? The same ruin is 163 blocks in difference. What's up, Squarey? No GDs later.
Even more difficult than this to happen is the lowest witch hut at Y-54, which was found by another seed finder.
Yo, give me a big ass burrito. And they would literally say yes because that is the name of it.
Because almost all caves and swamps are water caves, and you also need a big area for the hut to spawn. Not to mention that swamps are much rarer after 1.18, and it can't even generate underground if there happens to be lush caves or dripstone caves. So there we have it, all the lowest structures in Minecraft. According to M33 Galaxy, the rarest one of them is the lowest buried treasure on Java Edition that we saw in the previous episode, which only has a 1 in hundreds of billions chance.
I don't remember that. 1 in squishillion.
We've seen many abnormally rare end portals.
Well, a 9-eye.
Even in this video, we already saw.
There's gotta be something above a 9-eye because we already know.
Surface stronghold generation. However,
he's not just gonna show a 9-eye. He's aware of a full eye portal because he's already shown a super flat world with a full eye portal already.
were found was
So that's
by
why I'm
using
curious.
advanced seed finding programs to simulate trillions of worlds. But what's the rarest end portal that a random player has come across? Well, in March
that a
2025,
player has come
a
across.
speedrunner by the name of Gradient Grey was queuing up for a ranked match of speedrunning. While waiting in the queue, he teleported to the end portal and discovered that it had 9 eyes in the frames. This was all caught on camera, so it's definitely real. The chance of this happening is approximately a 1 in 6.2 million chance.
My man was just queuing up some ranked and he got a 1 in 6.2 million chance.
Now, while this is the only recorded instance of this happening to a random player, it's very likely that many people have had this in their worlds without knowing.
That's probably
Because
true.
according to
I mean, think about it. There's probably been 10 and 11 eyes. 12 eyes, no way. Also, why is it 6.2? I thought it was gonna be 1 billion. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, if it's at 200 million, I bet each of us have had at least... Well, out of all players, some have just tried it once. I bet it would even out at like 10 worlds per person. That means, I mean, 2 billion worlds. Somebody's gotten... Yeah, they found 12 eyes. But have they found it, like, not seed finding, but literally just finding it? Like 1 in 1 trillion chance? Very unlikely, though. Because everybody on Earth would have to make, like 120 worlds for somebody to get it, like, normally.
There are over 212 million monthly players in this game, meaning that on average, at least...
Oh, but that's just 200 million people that play. A lot more have. There's definitely been like a 10 or 11 eye, I bet.
9-eye portals exist.
No one's found it
in worlds
randomly.
that
Yeah,
users
that
are
makes
playing
sense.
right now, but either they wouldn't notice it or it's in some far-off stronghold.
Yeah,
But
'cause
throughout
128.
Minecraft's history, what's the most eyes that anyone could have realistically come across in a stronghold? Well, since Minecraft has over 300 million accounts, if each player made about 30 worlds on average, there's a high chance that somewhere in history, someone actually had an 11-eye portal as their closest
Oh, well, he
stronghold,
just did the math
which
for
is
us.
a 1 in 9.2 billion chance of happening.
I see.
But since there's 128 strongholds per world, and even more on Bedrock Edition, there's a feasible chance that someone has had a 12-eye portal in a random stronghold in their world.
That's
but they probably
crazy.
never went to that stronghold. And honestly,
Oh,
this
I'm glad
would
he did
probably
this
happen
for
to
us.
some little kid who deleted the world right after playing.
Very rare chest.
There are so many chests in Minecraft, from villages to mineshafts, end cities, bastions, and almost every other structure has chests with their own unique items. And usually the loot you find isn't anything crazy. However, because the loot table
Did
is
you
random,
play
there are
Minecraft,
chests
like, ever?
that are 1
No.
in billions, and sometimes 1 in trillions, with items
First-
that are
this is
extremely
first
rare
time.
and abnormal.
Okay,
For
that's not
example,
possible.
Let's start off with this chest
That's a
that was
did.
found by the seed finder Kama in December 2025. For some reason, this ruined
Also,
portal
did I get a
generates
response? Very unlikely that I did. Plump furry mule, oh my dog. Okay, we haven't gotten a response. I sent it to the person that made this video and another seed finder.
created a chest with 6 obsidian in a perfectly symmetrical pattern. This has never been seen before, and it's just very unusual and even a bit creepy, like the world's giving you some sort of cryptic message. However, according to a Discord bot that tells you how rare chests are, the chance for a ruined portal chest to have 6 obsidian is only a 1 in 289 chance, which isn't rare at all other than the pattern they spawn.
That's cool.
But now
That's
let's
actually
move
kinda
on and
cool.
take a look at
I like the
one
way
of
it spawns like
true
that.
rarest
You
chests
should play
in
Minecraft
Minecraft,
PvP, it's fun,
which was
yeah.
discovered a few
I've
years
tried
ago
Crystal
inside this
PvP, it
end
wasn't
city
too
by a
good.
seed finder named Denry.
42 diamonds is crazy,
This chest
bro.
holds the record for the most diamonds in history, with 42.
It
of
fills
them
up
in
your
a single
inventory.
chest. And if we plug that into the Discord,
That's
this
crazy,
only
bro.
has a 1 in 5.6 trillion.
You try
chance of
Minecraft, sometimes
generating.
pretty good.
And it's
Yeah, I
impossible
should.
to find a chest with any more than this. So yeah, I guess we can call this the richest end city of all time. Now moving on, did you know that only on Bedrock and Legacy
Oh, you know what did happen to us? I was just breaking a bunch of sand. I was just collecting sand for a project, and we stumbled into a buried treasure. We just happened to stumble into one. We were just getting a bunch of sand. It happened to us. It was crazy. I bet the clip's on Twitch right now, actually.
It's possible to
if you find it
inside buried treasure.
If you just look back like 3-4 months, I bet you'll find. No, not even like 2-3 months. You'll find the clip.
Chests. Don't ask me why, but each cake only has a 1 in 204 chance of generating in buried treasures. However, a few months
Really?
ago,
I've never found one.
Utter Evergreen decided to run a search to find the seed with the most cakes possible, until he finally found this one on Xbox 360 edition, which has a buried treasure chest with 5 cakes. And according to Evergreen, finding this chest is only a 3 out of 4.2 trillion chance, because there's only 3
out of 4.2
in the entire game that can even generate it. But
why
now,
do we have to
going
do
back
that?
to Java Edition, the famous seed finder M33 Galaxy discovered the rarest desert temple loot, because if you open the chests here, you'll find a combined 84 gunpowder in this temple, which is the most gunpowder ever found.
Remember the time where I was having issues getting enough gunpowder, bro? This would be so tough.
In one place.
Bro, I was grinding so many creepers back in before I had a farm. I was grinding so many creepers.
Finding a desert temple
for all of that
is only a 1 in 2.2 billion chance. So I guess
are the seed finders robots or something? No, the seed finders. Well, they make a program that searches seeds to find stuff, where they give it certain things like try to find a place where 2 chunks have 2 mob spawners next to each other, and then it scans all the data for each seed until it finds one that has it.
I've had some leftover gunpowder after making their TNT trap. For every tick during thunderstorms, there's a 1 in 100,000 chance for lightning.
I got struck by lightning. It's a 1 in a... For me, because it's a little higher, it's a 1 in a 32,000 chance, but it did happen to us. Just like 3 months ago. No, more like 4 months ago. Now.
Strike the ground in any chance.
It was 1 in a 32,000 chance. That's crazy stuff. If you were to play per second, so if you were to play the game for 10 hours when it was always raining and lightning. Oh no, that doesn't even sound that rare. Yeah, if you were to sit in one spot for 10 hours and it was always stormy, which it is a 5% chance and it only lasts for 5 minutes, then you get struck. So if it was a 5% chance, it'd probably be more like 200 hours, whatever.
And in a previous video, I talked about how it's theoretically possible for lightning to constantly strike the ground. Now, I thought this was something that would never be found. However, in November 2025, a Discord user named Raz sent me a link to a YouTube video from a channel called Dasc. In the video, we can see someone flying around on their Xbox One world. However, at about the halfway point, something very strange happens, because some lightning starts to strike the ground. However, a few seconds later, lightning starts spamming a specific area of his world. This goes on until the end of the video, and you're probably thinking this is fake, but I actually think this is real, and let me tell you why. For starters, this video was posted over 8 years ago on an obscure channel with less than 100 views, so they didn't just watch my latest video and fake this. On top of that, as I mentioned, this is on Legacy Console Edition, which didn't even have commands or lightning rods for that
wait, that's insane. That's insane. What?
So there's absolutely no way this could have been fake. But on the other hand, this happening naturally is so rare, it would be the rarest occurrence ever recorded in video game history. So whether this was some kind of...
No way. Chad, do you believe it? Do you believe that actually happened to the guy?
Glitch with
or do you think they faked it somehow? Because that could be rarer than the cosmic ray from Super Mario. Like the great cosmic ray. There's no way. Can we take another look at this?
A specific area of his world. This goes on until the end of the video. And you're probably thinking this is fake, but I actually think this is real.
Yeah, one of the bit flips.
And let me tell you why.
I don't think there's a bit flip here. I think something had to have gone wrong. I don't think RNG did its thing. I think RNG messed up and became no longer RNG for that to happen. Because this would be... I mean, if it's one of the rarest in gaming history, probably Be 1 in trillions.
Starters, this video was posted over 8 years ago on an obscure channel with less than 100 views. So they didn't just watch my...
Yeah, and also the knowledge in the title. Talk about lightning hitting the spot twice. They talk like it's 8 years ago. It's corrupted. Yeah, that's what I think.
And fake this. On top of that, as I mentioned, this is on legacy console.
W video. Let's finish the whiffies.
I would definitely recommend TurboTax.
I definitely poo in your pants.
She was
fun.
Amazing. She answered all of my questions.
Crazy stuff, bro. I love his channel. I've watched every single one of those anomalies videos. All an hour long. He has 13 of them.
Super easy.
No, some of them are like 20 minutes
long. You
long.
gotta try it. You have to.
No.
Harry's body wash with scents like sandalwood and...
That is the last name you want for a body wash channel. Like, instant cinema.
But it can't make you filthy rich. For that.
Taxes was chasing updates. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert, doing it all for you. So you can chase this feeling. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax.
Harry's makes a well-crafted razor, but it can't make you a master craftsman. For that, you'll have to spend 20 years sanding in a remote wood shop next to a man.
And just like that, that's the
back to the
end of
Lord.
Avery's footage. That's all we get. It just goes black. Right as we learn what happened to Durlord 3, right as we see him again, he's gone. But there's a lead. Because that random clutter of letters that Durlord 3 sent earlier in the chat, that's a Google Drive link.
Oh.
And finally, we get to see what Durlord saw.
Finally! Yo, we're at the halfway point. We get to see what it was.
To him all this time.
It's literally just a photo. What are we doing?
The footage opens with Durlord 3 writing in a book. He confirms everything that we heard him tell Avery, that the creature he saw behind the gates, the king, if you will, forced an unknowable truth into his mind. We can catch a glimpse of the other pages in his journal, but he doesn't ever go back to them. In fact, it's quite the opposite. He confirms what we know, that this place, this realm of the king, somehow makes the pain bearable. That when he looks away from the screen, he feels like he's losing his mind, but staring at the computer in this world...
First stream and you're watching whiffies, you know me. You don't know me,
talking in chat
but now you do.
And pausing the game. But the pain is too much. He
What
mentions
pain?
the only thing he has for food are some smoothies in the fridge by his computer, but he can't turn away from the screen without the pain coming back. He just has to reach in and hope there's still more. But left
his
with
eyes are
nothing
gonna
else
hurt.
to do, curiosity gets the best of him, and he decides to head through the first gate.
You know what I wish they did is that they turn around and stare at the door as they're walking backwards. Then they can see it switch in the process.
We're back. We've seen this place before, but Durlord goes a different direction from where we saw Avery go.
I'm not too much a
Also
fan of
seemingly
this
unaware of the danger hidden in these
film
mountains.
so far. It's not quite an ARG. So I haven't been a fan of it. What's happening?
It's gone.
What's gone?
But this time, it's different. Durlord doesn't panic, and instead, he begins to experiment.
Wait, hold on. He said a Google Drive. Wasn't this
He
him
walks
before
across
then?
the next bridge, looking around at every nearby mountain, waiting for one to vanish. And it never does. Until he steps on the next one.
What's out in the air?
Used to be connected, it's gone, but it's not the one that Durlord came from. Curiously, he looks around.
I would just like jump to the bottom. I want to see what happens.
The mountains are quiet. So he begins.
I'm gonna make an ARG of my friend, but he couldn't upload it, bro.
Moss before continuing on to the next bridge, experimenting further.
Terracotta. Terracotta.
Maybe you figured it out too. The mountains were never disappearing randomly, nor were they ever hunting you down. There's rules. Durlord can place blocks, break blocks, walk on bridges, walk on his own blocks, but the moment he steps onto a new mountain, another one gets deleted. It's not necessarily the one he came from, it's a random neighbor. And Durlord seems to get that too. There's just one more thing he has to test. When a mountain has multiple neighbors, one gets deleted. But when a mountain only has one,
only has one neighbor, he can control it.
it gets deleted.
Oh!
So Durlord is completely safe as long as he places his own blocks. But that all raises another question.
Protect your family's dreams under our roof. American Family Insurance.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it.
Performance is how fast your game is, so higher FPS and better performance,
AI
yes.
creation platform.
True.
What happens if a mountain has no neighbors? Using these rules, Durlord creates mountains all around him.
Durlord?
What?
Avery, how did you get here? Why are you here? Didn't you read the book?
I wanted to find you. I had to make sure you were alright.
You need to disconnect, Avery. You didn't see it, did you?
See what?
You need to delete this world.
What about you?
I'll be okay.
Normalize giving context, bro. They can't understand each other because they're not giving each other
What
context.
even is this place?
You need to leave.
We can't look around?
You want to explore?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. But this can't be Avery. We saw Avery's footage. We know that Avery and Durlord meet in the library, not here in the mountains, which means that this Avery must be a fake. And Durlord seems to realize that too.
How did we get here?
By the way that it's speaking.
How did we get here? How did we get here?
Regardless, this is not Avery. Avery, do you know how this world works?
Not really.
Okay, there are 3 rules. If a mountain has more than one neighbor, and you step on it, a random neighbor gets deleted. If a mountain has one neighbor, and you step on it, that mountain gets deleted.
Right.
And if a mountain has no neighbors, and you step on it, it generates new neighbors.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
I mean, it seems consistent. It makes sense to me. Reminds me of that one thing. Like...
That one thing.
Kanye's something.
Conway's Game of Life?
Yeah, that.
Close. But you're wrong. There's
Dang,
actually a
what?
4th rule as well.
There is?
You can actually control which of the neighbors gets deleted. It's not random.
Wouldn't that go against the logic?
Maybe. But this world is illogical, and it's too limiting to think like that.
So, how do you control it?
Simple. You ask. Just say a number in chat. It starts with the mountain you came from and goes clockwise. Here. Wanna try it?
Sure.
Here, try it. Say 2, and that
sounds like a nerd. I know. That's the one thing I don't really like too much.
2.
2. Down, bro.
Idiot.
Oh.
Be a more convincing Avery next time.
Oh, I get you. That's crazy. That's crazy.
So if the fake Avery appeared as soon as he saw the tree and immediately tried to distract him, chances are that tree is exactly where he doesn't want Durlord to go. So, of course, that's exactly where he's going. How the king...
Oh shoot, the burrito's here? Chad, the big ass burrito's here. Other side of the spawning pillar thing.
This channel was documenting some strange anomaly, whether it be an exploiter, glitch, or something.
That's not a glitch though.
These events were linked, and they weren't the only cases of this, as the next post would tell me even more.
Breakthrough. We have just been sent groundbreaking raw footage that is by far the best evidence we have obtained yet. We are currently putting the file through a verification process to prove legitimacy, and if it is found to be unmodified footage, it will be archived here.
And sure enough, at the time I had found it, the channel had uploaded one single video, titled Eve Fun 771 footage.
I don't know if
messing around for a bit with the buttons, Eve opens the door in the back and gets jump scared by... Oh, that's just Blue. The two are fascinated by the conveyors in the back and proceed to remake the hit music video Here It Goes Again by OK Go. Eve then notices a big button in the back of her shop reading badge, $1,000, and she makes it her goal to get this badge before leaving the game. Okay, so what's going on here? This seems like a normal video of just two kids playing Roblox, and for the next 10 minutes, it's just that, but eventually, it happens.
What happens?
As you may have guessed, this game also never had a day-night cycle. However, there's a bit more to this. If you take a very close look at the sky, you'll notice something very uncanny.
Huh?
The moon is ever so slightly moving without the stars. Normally the moon is part of the skybox, so it should be frozen like the stars. But you can see it shifting before Eve walks back inside the mall.
I swear it does that. Does it not do that? I thought it just does that.
The two are done.
I swear I've seen it move.
For the moment, so they won't be dying and respawning.
I've seen the sun move.
I guess not. From here, Eve walks back into the kitchen of her burger shop, but stops as something is very wrong. Eve had purchased a grill and a stove, but they were both now completely gone. This again follows the theme from Evidence 2, items slowly disappearing until the game isn't functional. But right now the game is still fine. Eve just has to serve her fries cold. Eve leaves her shop unattended again.
Oh, we should do a Roblox iceberg.
Eve got in the gun shop.
I don't think I'm gonna do that good though.
When Eve comes back this time, she notices through the wall that something else is missing. The badge claim. Blue's cash register also gets deleted at around this time. Coincidentally, something she made fun of Eve for not having earlier in the video. Despite not being able to get the badge anymore, Eve keeps spirits high by getting back at Blue about the cash register, and decides that instead of getting the badge, she'll just get to $1,000. However, this doesn't really work out for Eve as she gets too tempted into buying the other models, and eventually, her whole cash collector is just deleted. She's infuriated, but she still hasn't left the game yet, which is something we haven't seen. Every post in the community tab mentions the players voluntarily disconnecting. They always leave, but Eve and Blue are still in the game. Over time, an unnerving ambient noise has been playing in the background, getting louder and louder the longer the night lasted. This begs the question, What happens if you don't leave?
Sure, what happens?
A lot went down in that ending. First of all, the moon had clearly been approaching over time. The ambient getting louder was signaling its arrival. Second of all, right before the video cut off, we heard footsteps. Many footsteps. Eve was rapidly approached by a group of...
It's not that...
Lastly...
Because, like, everything just feels coded. I like when there are restrictions and still weird stuff happens. You know what I mean? So it's not as good, in a way. I don't know.
A portion of today's video...
Because that was supposed to be one of those things that hits as interesting. I love my creation trying to delete me, but I fully watched it. What haven't I seen? Have I seen this?
Hey, AT&T just gave me their
This
best
sounds
deal on
very,
Samsung
very
Galaxy S26 Ultra.
simple.
I'm telling everyone.
But I bet it's so simple that I saw it like one of the first times, and considering I saw it one of the first times, it's probably going to be really interesting and new to me.
I've stumbled across a bizarre channel on YouTube called Mark 101.
Heard of it. I recognize it, but it's been a while.
Well, you'll see soon enough.
I don't think I remember.
The first video is entitled Unused Zero. It shows gameplay footage from the early days of Minecraft, specifically Alpha 1.0.7. The video follows the initial stages of a Minecraft world. We watch as a character with a dark skin punches sheep and picks up wool. They proceed to construct a crafting table, using it to craft a set of wooden tools. They chop some wood before climbing up the side of a mountain where they begin to construct a house. About 5.5 minutes into the video, they suddenly stop, pausing and unpausing the game several times. They stare out into the distance for a few seconds. Suddenly, a strange loud noise is heard as the render distance drops. The player goes haywire for a few moments before leaving the game.
What?
When we examine the description, we find that the player recording is apparently as
streaming early. I see. I've been streaming for like 6 hours. Yes.
What is that sound? I don't know. Maybe a new cave sound. I think if I reinstall Minecraft, it will stop acting weird. Then there's a link to another video entitled Instructed. This is a screen recording. We see someone named Marcus logging onto their computer.
Mark 101.
Page with the title, "Please report any anomalies you see in Minecraft here." The site gives more detail about these anomalies. They are not usually Minecraft-esque at all, and the players are instructed not to approach them under any circumstances. The website also shows an example of an anomaly, but the image is very dark. We can adjust the colors to brighten the picture, but we still just can't quite see it. Below, there's the option to submit a video with a description of an anomaly.
I don't see anything.
Marcus opens up a video called myanomaly.mp4 and begins to play it. It begins with a title, "They use my account again," followed by, "I found this recording randomly appear while I was making a new video." Marcus messes with the window size several times, making this video difficult for us to watch. Despite this, we can just make out footage of somebody breaking doors in a Minecraft cave. Marcus skips ahead to a segment with the player running up a staircase out of the mine. They turn around and Marcus pauses the video. He uses the mouse pointer to point at something down at the bottom of the stairs. This must be another anomaly, but what is it?
I don't see anything.
Closely, we can just barely make out something hidden deep within the image. But is it just a trick of the light? A compression artifact? What exactly
I think it's compression. Looks like compression to me. Evil ghost. Pum.
The date on the computer screen tells us that Instructed takes place a month after Unused Zero.
Want to play Lethal?
We got to this point, we're going to take a step back in time and examine the other
No,
videos
I don't want to play Lethal.
There's a video called moonglitch.avi. This takes place.
We can play at like 9. I'll put HGD
soon.
Well, I don't know. I was gonna do lethal later with
most of the video cooking pork chops and storing them in a chest. Near the end, Marcus exits the house into the night. He attempts to change his render distance.
I don't know if he'd want to play. I'm not sure.
Then another strange noise.
I could ask.
Marcus looks up at the moon to see.
He seems chill for now.
The video ends after that. Another glitch. One that
No, that's pretty obvious.
Another glitch, one that again defies explanation. It is here that the uploaded videos appear to be slightly out of order. To make things easier, I'll present things in what I believe to be chronological order, not necessarily the order of upload. The following video is entitled I'm Back. The state of the chests tell us that this video takes place soon after Moonglitch. Marcus takes some materials and crafts an iron sword, presumably to deal with the zombies that we hear in the background. Marcus exits the house and kills one of them. After changing the difficulty to peaceful, he descends the stairs out of his house. We once again hear a strange noise. It amplifies in volume before a couple-second-long gap in the footage. The video ends with the noise fading out as Marcus enters the mines. Apparently, Marcus's mining trip was successful. The next video was called
Diamond Overload.
It opens with a One True Media logo, which was a service that helped users create and edit videos. Marcus's
One True Media, let's go.
Continue to use it in future videos with
it's the one with the blue
screen.
screen.
Tells us that Marcus found a cave with tons of diamonds. To celebrate, Marcus has uploaded a video dancing in diamond gear to a song called Tarantula by Pendulum. And that's just about it. A dose of 2010 Minecraft fun. But this fun wouldn't last long. The next video is called Observations. Once again, we find ourselves in Marcus's world during the nighttime. Marcus stares out the window and briefly gets a glimpse of the moon. It is still dark. Apparently unsure of what to do, he checks periodically, seemingly afraid of looking at it. Finally, daytime approaches and the moon sets on the horizon. Yet there's another strange noise, causing Marcus to exit the world. It appears as though these oddities have begun to affect Marcus. The description contains a rambling blend of questions and answers. Where did it go? I don't know. Have any ideas where it went? No. Do you know what it even is? It's very angry. We already know that, because that's all I know about this thing. Why do you think it's on the moon? Because moon cycle goes into void after sun. What do you mean by that? You'll see. It's strange. Is Marcus talking to himself? Or is there somebody else out there? The next video is called Unused 1. We know that it must take place sometime after July 23rd, 2010, as the version is Alpha 1.0.11. This was the 6th Secret Friday update, which included a wide range of new things, from slimes to bricks to books. The description confirms this by telling us that this file was last modified on August 2nd, a little over a week after the update. The video opens with the rudimentary title, Guys, I'm really scared, something weird happened. Let's watch what happens next.
I don't trust it. Jump scare, bro. Please don't jump scare. I don't like jump scares. I'm literally like half opening my eyes. I don't like jump scares, bro. I like the mysterious thing. Jump scares are unpleasant. Yeah, I don't like jump scares.
This video is easily the most bizarre one we've seen so far.
I don't like him.
Understandably
I don't like him.
In the description, he says that he
but I
believes
do.
it's just a hacker trying to scare him. Once again, the moon is dark.
I do like mystery and stuff.
Marcus walks around and stumbles across a large structure near his house. There are a couple of different sounds. There's a high-pitched sound as Marcus approaches the structure, and a lower-pitched, glitchy rumbling sound as the screen goes dark. We can use a special tool called a spectrogram to analyze the
I knew we were going to use it.
The spectrogram gives us a visual representation of the frequencies in sound. Higher up on the chart represents higher frequencies, or a higher pitch. Lower on the chart corresponds to lower frequencies and pitches. The brightness represents the volume of the associated frequency. Moving left and right on the chart moves forward and backwards in time. The first high-pitched noise, moving left and pitches. The brightness represents the volume of the associated frequency. Moving left and right on the chart moves forward and backwards in time. The first high-pitched noise has a distinct look on the spectrogram. There appear to be bursts of short and long lengths. As it turns out, this is Morse code. By converting pulses to dots and dashes, we can read out a message, denied. We can look at the rest of the glitchy sounds in the spectrogram, but nothing jumps out to us. Regardless, this is a clear escalation in the level of strangeness that Marcus has been experiencing in his world. It's time for an investigation. Marcus joins the world and looks into one of his chests. That's an interesting design. It appears to be in the shape of a star. Why would Marcus store his diamonds and stone slabs in such an atypical configuration? Marcus peeks out of the house to discover that the
Also, he's stacked.
Weird. He returns to cooking pork chops. About 3 minutes
with no
into
enchantments,
the
bro.
pause screen pops up several times, perhaps a glitch of some kind. Marcus once again descends into the mines, and we see that he has added a wall on the right side.
I like it.
At the bottom, Marcus notices a corridor in the wall and walks in to examine it. He stumbles across a bizarre reddish obsidian block at the bedrock layer. Marcus pulls out his diamond pickaxe and mines it. It breaks, and he falls through. The video's second world continues immediately afterward and shows Marcus falling into the void. He rapidly takes damage and dies. When Marcus returns to the menu, we notice that the Minecraft logo is different. Upon joining the world, we see that the textures are totally messed up, red and glitchy. Bizarre sounds are heard. Marcus looks at the moon, which now has tentacles flowing from it. A loud sound plays, and the video ends. At this point,
it was not that loud, bro.
Totally turned upside down. His investigation continues in a video entitled "The Investigation."
Bro, I thought I was gonna have to like pull off my headphones, so it was not that loud.
What he believes is happening.
Yo, cooked.
Something is in the abyss. It took the moon. I can't do anything. I can only prioritize the Minecraft window. It's hard for me to even type because it keeps sending me to Minecraft. Marcus then posts a dark image, claiming that he doesn't remember making it. Adjusting the colors shows what may be a figure in the distance. Again, it's just not conclusive. However, there's a second image which Marcus claims is a mother giving birth to her children. It's a shot down a corridor in a cave. After color adjustments, we can see that there's clearly something there, but we can't quite tell what.
Same thing.
It's a figure of some type, but it doesn't quite appear to have the shape of a player. The head is vaguely triangular, and it has a skinny body. Finally, Marcus shows us some footage from his investigation. It's a sequence of 5 different scenes. The first is a brief excerpt from the previous video, the box outside of the house. The second is a daytime shot that shows the darkened sun. The third shows Marcus crafting his diamond tools. The fourth is longer and has Marcus building walls on his staircase to the mines. As night approaches, Marcus increases his speed before descending once more. The central room contains a large blob of that same reddish obsidian material that Marcus mined when he fell into the void.
What is this ritual,
the final
bro?
sequence of footage shows Marcus ascending the stairs before returning back down and failing to place a slab for several seconds.
Bum.
When he gets to the bottom, he notices that the room is different. Tunnels have appeared in the walls. These tunnels look familiar. The second picture of an anomaly was taken here. Marcus's investigation continues in part 2. He says that those things have been creeping in from the underworld. As Marcus walks around, the frame rate begins to drop. Then suddenly, Marcus gets his first clear footage of an anomaly. Out in the distance, we see a darkened figure with spindly limbs.
What is that?
Marcus understandably freaks out. If we look at this figure in more detail, we can see that it could plausibly be the shadowy figure in the mines from earlier. The basic shape is the same. Marcus is not wrong when he says that that's not from Minecraft. Then Marcus tells us another interesting development. Apparently, some guy with a star for his name joins his game sometimes. Marcus, Marcus, follow, look, Marcus. Earlier on in the video, Marcus showed us a rudimentary Microsoft Paint drawing describing what he thinks is occurring. Let's examine this for a minute. The top green line appears to represent the Minecraft world. The boxes probably show the bedrock structure that has appeared. Below it, we see a depiction of the moon. Marcus draws a connection between the thing and the moon. Then there's a picture of a star saying Marcus. This is probably the star player who's been joining his world sometimes.
I like how it's actually an ARG.
Several blue clouds with the text, "Not from Minecraft." It appears as though Marcus believes that his game has been infiltrated by beings from another place. There have been a multitude of anomalous events, from the moon to the star player to the reddish textures to the black void beings. A mysterious player has been communicating with them. But despite all of this, Marcus's explanation seems a little over the top. The idea of entities from outside of the game somehow entering it is absurd, right? For some reason, there is no investigation part 3, but there is a part 4. As soon as we start watching it, we recognize it as the My Anomaly video from Instructed. Now we have it in higher quality and we can analyze it in more detail. It opens with the same declaration that this was a recording found on his device. We see that the star player has said Marcus multiple times in chat, and since we know that Marcus didn't record the video, it's plausible to guess that we are currently seeing the actions of Star. The video takes place in the bottom mine room with the red obsidian. There are several half-door slabs surrounding the area.
What am I looking at?
They dump their items in order to fill their inventory with iron doors. Then they place these doors on the tunnels that
they dump their inventory to fill their item doors.
With a pressure plate on the opposite
What
side.
did I just say?
It's there that the footage cuts. Immediately after discovering the video on his computer, Marcus logs onto his game and checks his world. Sure enough, his inventory has doors. It does appear as though Star used his account. Marcus descends into the mine to see the changes for himself and recover things from his inventory. There's a brief moment where the footage cuts. When it comes back, we see the particles of a dead mob as well as Marcus swinging his sword. It turns out that if we go
you
to
watched
the
TS before?
Blackout, we can make out some strange
I have
tentacles
2, but I don't recognize any of it.
After fighting a few slimes, Marcus approaches the singular door.
Yeah, I forgot all of it. I haven't seen it in 2
he
years.
Contemplates for several moments and then enters.
It's new to me.
There are several more doors behind it, and the screen quickly darkens. Suddenly, a loud noise and a dramatic frame rate drop. Marcus flees the corridor.
Don't turn around.
And then we see Marcus climb the stairs. And as we remember from Instructed, we know that Marcus is about to experience another anomaly. As Marcus turns around, we can see it, a darkened figure chasing him from the depths. Marcus quickly enters his house and places blocks to seal up the entrance. But it's not enough. A few seconds later, we can see that these blocks are being broken. Then the footage cuts, only to be replaced by a title showing a bunch of stars. This is it. This is the anomaly that caused Marcus to make a submission on the website. But there's a detail that we mustn't overlook. How could Marcus even know about this website? Well, consider that the video title is Instructed. It implies that Marcus isn't doing this of his own volition. Someone has instructed him to submit it. But who? The only reasonable character would be Star. We know that they have been communicating with Marcus, so it seems plausible that they're the ones who sent him to the website. If we look at the screen recording video in more detail, we can find a few frames that tell us what the website is. minecraftanomalies.neocities.org. After all these years, the site is still up. When we look at it, something jumps out to us. A list of REIJ anom codes. While they were partially visible and instructed, on the site we can see the entire list. It's a sequence of numbers separated by line breaks. The numbers themselves are easy to decode. By using the simple cipher of 1 equals A, 2 equals B, all the way up to 26 equals Z, we can rewrite the codes in plaintext. Yet this does little to quell the mystery. We are left with words that appear to have little relation to one another, from Safari to infrastructure to colorblind. Unfortunately, this appears to be a dead end. However, the website is not the only thing to find in the video of Marcus submitting his anomaly. About a minute in, there's a link that appears, and it connects to a Google Drive file called marksworld.rar. And all of a sudden, we have the ability to take a look at Mark's save file for ourselves. But before we do that, we should snoop around the archive to see if there's anything interesting hidden within. In the World 4 folder, we discover a file called marcus.txt. Hello. It appears you have been snooping around in Marcus's MC jar file. You want answers? They lie deeper than that. The void isn't the only thing here. The void is the most tame of all things. I'm glad we worked together to recreate Marcus's house. At that point, he'll be used to being down there. We'll be able to finally go back to reality. And Marcus, if you are reading this, I wish the best of luck for you and your little friend you tried to hide from me. Sincerely, the author. Using a tool such as Multi-MC, we can easily load this world into an instance of Minecraft Alpha 1.0.11 and explore. It quickly becomes clear that this save file is from about the time when the anomaly video was submitted. However, as we search, we notice that there are several subtle differences, which tell us that this world is at least slightly newer than what we've seen. First, there are several iron door traps just
okay, so now he's in the actual world.
Whoever or whatever steps on the pressure plate in the center.
True.
They're presumably designed to catch one of the void beings, or perhaps Star. We can take this opportunity to get a better look at the structure that has appeared. It's a giant hollow rectangular prism made of bedrock. On the top are several rows of blocks with torches on them. Most are also made of bedrock, although a few are made of dirt. A little ways away, there's a floating structure with pressure plates above an icy lake, an area that is yet to be seen in the videos. Things get more interesting when we go underground. In the mine, we can see that Marcus has sealed up the entrance to the pressure-plated iron door. Now that we have the save file,
with a glass,
we see what lies
you
beyond.
want to look through.
It's a hallway of 30 iron doors and pressure plates. Unfortunately, there's nothing at the end but a sealed lava pool. The other side is more interesting. we can finally enter one of the rows of iron doors. We find a dark cave with exposed bedrock. There are a couple of holes in the ground leading to the void beneath. On the opposite side of the cave is a cobblestone wall. Behind it, there's a really odd room. Glass has covered up the bedrock ground, and the walls are made of bricks. In the back of the room is a facade of a wooden house embedded into the wall. There's a chest that contains several items in a strange configuration. The purpose of this area is far from obvious. However, we do know that this room was created after the observations video. Bricks were not craftable until Alpha 1.0.11, meaning that this wouldn't have existed in version 7 videos. There's something else of note. Mark's world contains a cave system that is accessible from an entrance near the icy lake. Following this cave leads to a vertical drop to another room with bedrock exposed. There's a crafting table as well as a furnace. We have not seen this room before, and unfortunately, it will never make another appearance. It remains a mystery to this day. The final elements of note in Mark's world are a few new signs, one in the house and one on the ice lake. Both of these link to unlisted YouTube videos. The sign in the house connects to a video called Third World. We see Marcus descend into the mine and seal the iron door on the right side, telling us that this video is from before the world save. Next, he crafts a full set of diamond armor. Then he enters an iron door on the left side, which leads to the bedrock cave and the strange house that we just discovered. But we don't learn much about this place. Marcus walks around and then leaves. The second sign leads to a video called Outside the Skybox Lies the Ultimate Truth of the... It's a short little video showing the tentacled moon with the red dot. And then there's a public video called Unused 3. This one must have been recorded much later, as it takes place in Minecraft.
That didn't go about pretty good, so smiley.
On December 1st, 2010. But this video may not be Marcus. If it is, then it's recorded on a different world from the ones we've seen so far.
OMG, I'm a fan, hello.
They head out into the night and see a void being out in the distance. Suddenly, they disappear. The player returns to their house.
I am
to
a fan too.
Cacophony of sounds before seeing a void
They're not.
creature
You
slide
don't
out
blow
of the
air.
wall. It's here that the story takes a turn. To this.
That did not look. You could tell it was a PNG.
Dude, what was that? It rotated.
It just rotated.
To this point, we've been seeing things from Mark's perspective.
It didn't look great.
Anomalies reflecting his world, and he responds with attempts to investigate and figure out what's going on. But all of that changes with the next video. In Demo 01, we are suddenly no longer with Marcus, and we enter the second phase of the Mark 101 story.
It looked like a monster from the Broken Script.
What are we doing?
Oh, wait, this is what the Broken Script is based off of, actually.
Oh, well, then don't explain the entire thing. Porfa.
I realized it when he said Mark 101.
They made a mod off of what, this ARG, or did the ARG?
Yeah, it's based off
okay,
this
okay.
ARG.
It drops us into a world
Okay, stop it
totally
then, stop
unlike
it
the one
then.
we've been seeing thus far.
Diz!
The textures are dramatically altered compared to normal Minecraft that we've been seeing thus
The
far.
textures are dramatically shaped like did.
The textures are dramatically altered compared to normal Minecraft.
Intentional.
The palette is mostly monochrome, save for the occasional purple highlight. Chests look different, as well as the UI.
As well as the shape that they chose. Just saying.
There's another major difference, the version. Up on the
Are we
top,
not acknowledging the did?
Minecraft VoidX version
I know he's thinking it.
Furthermore, the skin is different from Mark's skin. Suffice to say, we have found ourselves in a totally new place. But where? The video shows the character wandering through a location with many hallways. As we watch, we notice that there are several titles that say Void Error on them.
I can
There are
recognize
also some
this.
blocks that appear to be covered by a bluish substance. Then there's a section of a wooden house, in stark contrast to
Are
the
we
rest
marked
of the
still?
area. This too has a bluish tint. The
This
first
guy
recording
has
does
not been
appear
here
to be
before. He's
confident.
freaking out.
They walk in a winding pattern, turning around frequently. At one point, they stop right up against the wall and move the camera as if they are seeing something. Then they open up a chest and pull out a page similar to the one in their inventory. They open it, and we can see that it's a book that has several variations of Mark 101, followed by Marcus several times. The player turns the page inside the book, and we learn that this video is from Star's perspective.
Oh, so this is the
Curious
Star,
development, Star returns the book to the chest and walks back to the initial room. They stand on the central tile, and the video fades away with yet another bluish tint. During the final few frames, we get a glimpse of Star's skin, the player who has appeared and talked to Marcus.
If
Looks
Marcus
like a
does
bomb.
not believe that Star is from this world, the video we just saw certainly adds credence to that idea. Star is not even in the same version of Minecraft. But what exactly is he doing? The following video is called Demo 02. It starts with another shrouded message. Shields may be durable. It appears to take place in the same location as the previous video. However, someone new is recording, as evidenced by the white skin. The video begins in the same central room as last time. As the player walks, we notice a few changes. First, a reddish substance is now present on some of the walls.
I'm pretty sure it's its own story.
This substance appears as though it may be related to the reddish obsidian that Marcus saw in his world. The player stumbles across a wall with a mysterious painting on it. It appears to show a night sky with a half moon in the center. On the four corners are several symbols: a star, an X, a clump of red dots, and a checkerboard texture barely visible. The player returns to the main hallway and opens the chest containing the book written by Star. They read it briefly before throwing it into an adjacent dark pit. Then they open the book.
Why is their texture different?
It seems
Their
similar
arm
at first to Star's.
Is that a deer?
An additional note. If you see
with a dash and a butt pooing? Or a dick?
Asks if there should be a report, and the player types Y for yes. When they go to sign the book, our suspicions are confirmed. This is indeed a different player than Star. Their name is X instead.
Bro, stop adding characters.
Both a star and an X on the painting from earlier. Is there some connection between these two players? X returns the book to the chest and walks to the central room once more. As they stand on the center tile, we get a shot of the head of their skin. It contains a single X. The next video is called Orders. It appears to be recorded by X again, and they start in the central room. They have another book in their inventory. It's a note written to them. Apparently, a malfunction is causing the void errors that we've seen on the walls, and this book contains instructions to remove them. X should go to the terminal room and type the command level.void.expunge. This will only work on the main terminal. It takes X a while to figure out where to go. During their searching, we see that this area is bigger than we initially realized. There's a seemingly endless supply of hallways and walls. Eventually, they locate the stairs and enter the terminal room, a cavernous place with a huge white dome on top. We see that X has the ability to fly. Are they perhaps an admin on this server? X finds the appropriate terminal, runs the command, and the video ends. If you are paying attention back in Demo 02, you may notice that one of the pages contained a sequence of letters and numbers. This is a YouTube link. If we type in youtube.com/watch?v=, we are led to an unlisted video. It's called Void Exp, the same name of the strange new Minecraft version. In this video, Marcus begins within his house, but soon exits and walks around outside. Then there's a loud noise, and we see our third shadowy title. However, shields can be broken. Marcus finds himself in the Void Exp world. His confusion is evident. He explores, but is unable to find his way.
What is he holding a check mark?
The next video posted on Mark's channel continues.
Why are we holding a check mark?
X is there to greet Marcus. Unsurprisingly, X tells Marcus that he's not supposed to be here. Then he asks to follow him. When they reach a dark hallway, X reassures Marcus and they continue. Soon, they reach the outside. X tells Marcus that he's caused more trouble than he thinks. Then the video freezes. Suddenly, it returns with glitchy sound. We see that Star is standing up on a ledge as well as a void being. Something is clearly wrong. We discover that Sai is in the area. Sai says that they are here and is clearly upset.
No, that's a dick.
Why the devs didn't stay for this sky before commanding X to get them here. In the background, we see a second void being rising behind X. As X tells Marcus that this is not his matter, the being sneaks up behind him and the video cuts. There's a dark shot of a room full of void beings right before the end of the video. The title of this video was V equals and then several.
Yeah, but who's POV? Oh.
The title of this video
that's
was
X.
V equals and then several numbers and letters, a connection to another YouTube video. But this one is not on the Mark 101 channel. Instead, it's another YouTube.
3VM Gelbather.
Not on the Mark 101 channel. Instead, it's on a channel called Sai. We just saw Sai in the previous video. Now we have a channel that gives footage from their perspective.
Let's go try it.
The video is entitled Investigating a Breach in Sky 4 Sector 1. This gives us a name for the tiled area that we've seen in the past few videos.
Why are they all jumping like diddly doos? Like,
Sai is with two new players called D1 and D2. Their skins as well as Sai's commentary tell us that they are developers.
Sai says that another breach event has occurred, leading to
where are we? What are we talking about? Breach event?
That, according to X, there were 5 entities present, including Mark 101, X, Star, Subjugate, and Integrity. We've seen the first 3 before, but this is the first we've heard of Subjugate and Integrity. The only things these could logically be are the Void Beings. They're the only other 2 entities that we see during the breach event. Sai finds a book written by Star and reads a few pages.
So far our plan has been working well. The developer routines have been normal as well. I'll have to wait until the exact time a player with a weak world can come into this sector. Most likely it will be J-Star or Marcus. After that, if a developer tries to teleport them back to their world, we time the teleport exactly.
I don't know what's happening, by the way.
After that, we will spread out and begin our new life.
This appears to be what happened during the breach event. Marcus was teleported into the Sky 4 sector because of a weak world, whatever that means. Then, when X tried to teleport Marcus back into his own world, Star came in and breached it. While we don't know for sure, the way it's written seems to imply that the Void Beings are associated with Star. He says that we will spread out and begin our new life. And if we think for a moment, this does make sense. In Mark's world, the Void Beings and Star both showed up around a similar time. But now, these beings have found their way into the mysterious Sky 4 sector. This is why the developers are so concerned. Star, the Void Beings, and Marcus for that matter should not be here. It appears as though Marcus has been caught up in the plans of Star, no more than a pawn in some much greater game. This may also explain why both Sky 4 sector and Marcus's world have blocks that are clearly out of place magically show up. The void errors and the reddish taint in the Sky 4 sector mark a stark contrast to the sterility of the rest of the design. Yet, much like Marcus, we still don't have any understanding of what the Sky 4 sector is. It's a totally new place on a totally new version into which we've both been thrown headfirst. There's another video. This one is entitled Recovered Footage. While it is found on Sai's channel, it appears to instead have been recorded by Marcus. The video is very low quality, with several sections of footage missing. In the chat, a player named Spire the Builder 10 rages against a triangle head using quite the colorful language.
Triangle
Marcus exits
head?
a house and sees it out in the distance. As it approaches, the video becomes increasingly choppy. Then, in the final frame, we get our first close-up view of a
look that good.
While it looks a little bit different than some of the early
anomalies, it looks just like how they do
the early anomaly looks so much scarier.
Its name is Integrity, the name given by Sai to the void being on the roof.
It's
unclear
basically
if this
just
name refers to an individual being or a type of being.
They just
now we will return to the Mark 101 channel. The next video is called Revolt, and it's split into 2 halves. The first half appears to be preparation.
More like
we are currently on Minecraft Alpha 1.2.3, which tells us that this video takes place after November 10th, 2010. Marcus equips himself with diamond armor and heads into the mine. He enters one of the left iron doors and approaches the underground structure with the wood and glass. He takes some blocks from a chest and returns to the surface. Marcus constructs a brick staircase into the sky and adds a platform high up. Twice, there are strange noises, sounding like mini blocks being placed in rapid succession. With the preparations complete, the video skips to the nighttime. The moon once again has a dark glow with red spots on it. Marcus has invited a group of his friends to attack the moon, a total of 8 additional people.
You're not hitting the moon, bro.
To do, they fire arrows at the moon, but it doesn't seem to do anything.
After all, fuck the moon. Someone said fuck the moon. Yo, is this what cavemen did when they saw the moon for the first time? Fuck the moon. Fuck the moon.
Different, and the players are frenzied.
No, they weren't.
There are several frames with
little doodads.
Close red object. The players are scared now, and they tell everyone to run into the house. As they enter, the textures begin to morph into the Sky 4 tile.
Caveman like agitating a. I love this.
Following video. A title says that it was really weird because they got saved.
Enter the cave, fellas. Enter the cave.
Find themselves in a white room and unable to speak. They drop down into a staircase that appears to be in the Sky 4 sector. After walking through a terminal room, they enter the open air. The players are quite confused. They spend a lot of time exploring the area. Marcus
I mean, the thing is, I would be scared if I saw
layer,
the little stickman in my world, because that's not supposed to be there.
The players enter a hallway and find themselves in a bridge room with lots of strange sounds. As they continue, they reach another hall with several adjacent
Get that
rooms.
out of here.
One of them appears to contain the same reddish obsidian that we saw in Marcus's old world. Marcus discovers another player, this one with a gibberish name and a checkmark for a face. The other players examine it. After a few moments, the gibberish player's head moves, accompanied by a sound. A title from Marcus says that he doesn't believe it is a bot. Back in the bridge room, Marcus discovers another Steve head.
What the hell?
Then, from the hallway, music. The other players have found a jukebox, and they have a brief little dance party. Marcus looks around the corner and sees that the checkmark man is gone. It appears behind Saw 13, and we see it walk quickly with a noise. Throughout this video, there are several titles written by Marcus in editing, with varying levels of cohesion. One says, "Rotten to the core, it is used as a vessel for the impure not from this world." Another says, "The ground beckons in an increasingly chaotic fashion." Back on Sky 4, a player with a white skin has appeared. The group follows them. We discover that it is Psy. Soon thereafter, we see a death message of Saw 13 in the chat. They were too infatuated by gibberish to escape gibberish. Psy ignores the death message. He tells the players not to trust anything that is even similar to Red, and says that he PM'd all the new people with the key to the gate. Psy leads the players back up to the console room, where there's a door leading to a magenta area.
I'm trying to pay attention.
Turns out it's not actually Psy. Instead, we see that the group is now...
Too many characters, so they lose significance.
No one has noticed. One by one, the players enter, but Marcus is hesitant. After all, isn't magenta similar to red? The next video takes a step back and contains an edited montage of shots from the previous videos. It zooms in, highlighting the void beings that have been hidden.
Yo, this music is tough.
In the 23rd cycle, the moon will leave its host, and then it will come forth into your world and rightfully take its host. It was pure chance, yet too it was so very lucky. At least for us it was. One more thing.
What am I looking at?
Website.
So let's check the website. And if we do, we will notice that it has changed. At the top is a pointed star. This lends credibility to the idea that Star is the one who created the site. Let's see what's different.
Haven't you heard? It's a pure coincidence it ended up here. Yet a perfect one. A perfect place to spread. Files always being exchanged, servers being joined, a pure place of incubation. The truth, the end is nigh. They won't just be in Minecraft soon. Do you hear it? That wonderful rumbling?
What are we talking about?
This sector, the moon will leave its host and will exit its one rotation incubation phase. And it will
What?
appear in your world. It will rightly gain its new host, as it shall.
It appears to be a prediction or a prophecy of some sort. It's our second reference to the moon leaving its host. We've seen quite a bit of strange moon things in Mark's world. Could this be related? Furthermore, Star mentions a sort of rumbling, calling it wonderful. If the rumbling is a good thing for Star, then it's a safe bet that it's not such a good thing for Psy and X. Lo and behold, the next video on Psy's channel is called Rumbling Heard After MB Delta Toppled Over. It's a short little video. In it, we see the destruction of a place called Moonbase Delta. It's a short little video. It's called Rumbling Heard After MB Delta Toppled Over. It's a short little video. In it, we see the destruction of a place called Moonbase Delta, according to the description. And yes,
sounds like flame. Sounds like mac and cheese. I like it.
Whatever it is, it's caused massive damage. The video also gives us a potential clue to the nature of Sky 4. The design of Moonbase Delta appears very similar to Sky 4. Is it at all possible that Sky 4 is also on the moon? But there's a much more important...
I don't know. I can't keep track of these characters. That's something that, like, isn't that interesting. Why are we playing the...
Sorry about that. Anyways, we found another connection to the moon. If there's a Moonbase Delta, does that mean that there's also a Moonbase Alpha?
I noticed...
Okay, I get it.
Here's the thing, I noticed your outlook on storytelling is very different than
super different. Yeah.
Like, because, well, like when you were finishing up Destroying a World That Doesn't Exist, you were saying the music doesn't fit. When I've seen almost every TV show that has something bittersweet going on play that type of music during that.
Yeah, but this is a Minecraft thing. I don't feel like it fits on Minecraft. Also, why is it not instrumental? Why are we talking during a...
Because that's just how it goes. It's how stories go, and people just do that. That's a bit...
So they're talking, like... No, but they're talking over each other. Two things are talking. The singer and the actual movie. So it's hard to pay attention to both the lyrics and the thing. That's more objective, though.
I don't see that, though. I don't have a difficult time because it's usually so quiet.
I guess. But still, like, country music after the last little while, like, the style within that film was not at all country music.
But the style of the music doesn't necessarily have to go with the style of the film. The style of the music fits a bittersweet moment, and that was a bittersweet, because it's a happier song to a sad moment, which creates the bittersweet emotions.
Why was it bittersweet when it was literally like...
Because Durlord was going to die, but he trapped the king in his mind so that he couldn't take over our real world.
But they're both offering death. I guess that, no, yeah, actually I know what you mean.
And why did you think Avery was dead? Where did you get that from?
He fell off.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he died in real life. They does not die.
Why did he spam and say wait when he could literally just keep typing?
Because he was in his inventory.
He could just keep typing, though.
No, because he opened the chat but was trying to move the buttons, which is why it was like the WASD. You could see it was a bunch of those.
Yeah, I know. But like, even if when he fell and when he died, press respawn and keep talking to him. Like,
no, because he got teleported all the way back to his world after that.
Oh.
That's what happened when he died. I
wasn't paying attention to that. Also, I think just the concept of too many characters removes value, and then you need to memorize the roles, and then I just lose interest.
Well, I don't... See, it doesn't ever... Good stories with a lot of characters, you just know the character.
Found another connection to
and
the moon.
you don't...
The
It doesn't
collapse of the
take any
moon
extra
basically
effort to
correspond with the
memorize
odd
who
things
they
that
are.
have been happening to the moon in Mark's world.
And I've
The red
never
dots,
really
the
had an
tentacles,
issue.
we can
I
see
don't remember
similarities to
much
both
of the
these
Mark
elements in the
101
moon-based collapse
one,
world.
as I remember
It leads
seeing
naturally to a
it. I
tentative
know a
intuition.
little bit of it.
The
I
sudden
only
instability of the
remember
moon
because
is
I watched
somehow
it like in
connected
a
to the
half
appearance
days.
of
I was
star
like,
in
and I
the
fell
void
asleep
days.
halfway through.
In fact,
because
stars
I was
told
really
us on the
tired that
website
day.
that something's going
But
to
I
happen to the
remember
moon
the
in the
latter
24th
half
cycle.
where there, all the
What?
gray blocks where you're
For the
at
moment,
right
we
now.
shall return
I
to
remember
Marcus and his
this
friends.
part.
Yeah, and that's when
The
I
video
clicked
starts
off
with
the
Marcus
first time I
entering
seen
the
that.
magenta room and is called Talking with Spire and Short.
Like, that's the only part I
Spire and
remember,
Marcus
though.
can-
Like, I'm honestly gonna click off. I am getting bored. This is some fever dream. What is going on? I know! Has anyone paid attention? For the forever? Who is Spire? Who is Pi? Who's Integrity? I sort of know that. We have Marcus. We have freaking... I don't know who we're talking about. I don't know what everybody does. It's a fever dream to pay attention. We have Star. We have X.
And they have a conversation.
Too many characters. It's like they're getting bored while making the film. You have a simple one? I'm willing to check it out.
I mean,
Oh, what's it called? Who's people's X's faces? I don't even know.
It is, the Broken Script is based off of it, because the whole main villain of the Broken Script is Integrity, but it's a different story. It's not the same story.
One of my favorite ones was, My Creation is Trying to Delete Me. I just watched it. It came out a month ago, so we're not going to watch it. What's it called? Strange House in an... No, I finished that, and that was also one of my top 5s. We actually watched this on stream. One of the only ones we watched on stream.
You should hop on Globed on Root Step.
Hell no.
Why'd you make the last ship harder than any part of the level? Like, why'd you just decide that it was going to be the hardest part of the level?
Yeah, in fact, that's right there. Look. Broken Day. What's this?
We gotta play the Broken Script 2.0 when it comes out. There's like so much.
But I have nothing to pay attention to, though. I fell off of that.
Wants to be the Cadbury Bunny.
I discovered the matchbox
Well, like,
a few
that's
weeks ago.
because there was like...
Finding a player doesn't exist was really good.
YouTube for strange
What's up?
channels. I came across one with 6 videos.
When Broken Script 2.0 comes out, we gotta check that out.
5 of which were essentially just
there's like a
gameplay
bunch with it, and I'm
I
pretty
usually
sure they've
focus
added
on more
multiplayer
cryptic and
support
cipher
so
videos,
that it won't be
but
jank.
something about but this channel caught my interest.
From what I've heard, they've done over 1,000 commits to the code. That basically means they've pushed 1,000 updates to the code.
Look, I can tell you that hidden inside this seemingly boring footage is
I
one
will
of the
be honest,
strangest
it's not
and most interesting puzzles
regardless.
I've ever seen. Just waiting.
It's hard to pay attention to the story.
Clicking on the first video,
well, we don't
titled
need to pay attention
Round
to the
1,
story.
takes us into
it's
a
just kind of
dining room
a
sorts.
experience.
We see a strange
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I do like that though. But the issue with the one we just watched and we clicked off of halfway through, we're at 37 minutes. Now we're on this one. The issue with the this Mark 101 story, this integrity story, is that unlike most stories, it's like, okay, we need to find this somehow. Oh, here's a clue. ARG, figure out something, we're over here now. But that one was just like, okay, star, they do this, this, and this. We also have X, they do this, this, and this. We also have this. Now, who is this? You sit down in a chair, and then you exit the helicopter. And then you wake up from a dream. And then you go to school, and then you exit the school. No, you exit the museum. And then, like, where are we right now? And also, there's 5 new characters, which all do the same thing, named Zeep, Zorp, and Beep. I don't care. It gets... I don't know what... Like, I zoned out since the... I could follow when it was just like, oh, there's this thing that appears. I like when it's one thing. Remember, if you guys watched, the world trying to delete itself, or the one that was only he makes stone structures and they start like trying to talk. That's so easy to follow. It's one series, not different POVs, maybe 2 POVs maximum, and then over 3 it starts getting 3 or more, it starts getting boring.
I wonder if there's a video styled like the ones you're watching for the broken script.
Yeah.
Just explaining the story.
I just wish it was 1v1, not 1v1v1 v2. Like, I hate that. And also 2 perspectives at the same time. Just
the broken script's easier to follow. It's not the same story as Mark 101, but it's based off Mark.
Actually, no. I would be willing to stretch to like 2 main characters, like one player and their friend, and then they're against like an entity. I'm fine with that. But when it's like one person that isn't necessarily bad talking to this person, which has connections with this person, which knows the entity, but is partially connected, I don't care at that point. Because then we have to deal with their perspectives, and then every 5 seconds, like, wait, who is this again? It's a maze.
Step back before turning to place a sign saying
following the thing is a maze. And there's nothing to wonder. It's like, I wonder what's happening next. No, you're really just listening. You can't make speculations because the challenge itself is trying to figure out what's happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 mains and 1 villain. That's cool. And I watched a world that doesn't exist. I love it. But also, please watch Codes and Secrets. Forgotten Minecraft.
Player is gone. Confused, this
I think I know that.
By graveyard.
Hold up. But yeah, hold on. My world is deleting itself. Oh, I love this one. It was so simple, and I loved it. This one was as complex as it gets with me still following, finding a player doesn't exist. That was actually pretty nice.
I actually want to check and see if there's a video.
I feel like I could do an ARG better, but I don't have the time. I'll tell you what, if you go to my channel, I did have the time. No, I'm joking. I literally just made basic videos here. This wasn't an ARG. I was just simply playing it looks like an ARG. It's not. I just played Minecraft. AwesomeMan87. What's up? It's Paul. And it's kind of lame. In fact, let's go to our YouTube studio here. I want to restart.
Oh, shoot.
Making another cool house.
Which one are you watching right now?
My own. I'm gonna unlist them.
Oh, you're watching Awesome.
Yeah, I wanna start again.
If you wanna,
I wanna
guess you
start
could,
again.
I don't know if this is perfectly framed. You could try watching it. It's called.
I can be an
The Hidden
actor, just
Lore.
pay me. You can be an actor for an ARG, that'd be tough. I mean, I could... something I really like was what they were doing with the doors in the more story one than an ARG. I like that there's one singular thing and you just want to know what it is. I like when it's like... Yeah. When there's a very... Like, one thing, though. One thing. I actually like when it's a visual, like... I think if you set it really early, like, one, core, like, let's say... There's a let's play, and at the end of the let's play, there's 24 seconds that got cut off. And then the next let's play is totally different. The world's, like, corrupted or something. And all you need to do the entire ARG is figure out what happened in those 24 seconds, and it'll answer everything. And that you figure out later on at the end of the ARG. Where it's like there's so much mystery trying to figure out just what could have possibly happened in those 24 seconds. Because then it adds so much value, and it answers everything the moment you get this one piece. And that's what I believe an ARG needs. But...
One Piece?
And it's been done, sort of. It's been done, sort of. I enlisted all of them.
Do you wanna try this one? I think it's framed like one of those videos about the broken script. It's only 21 minutes, I mean. Do you wanna give it a try?
I'll give it a try, but I might get cooked.
It's just called The Hidden Lore of the Broken Script by someone. By Dunkachi.
What am I looking at right now? Horrors on the Internet Archive. You sub to Awesome Man, nice. Ultimate Iceberg.
We're back.
It'd be called.
It's been several years since
The
my
Hidden
last
Lore
Minecraft
of the
Iceberg
Broken
video,
Script,
and in that time
it's by Dunkachi.
Just send it.
Have uncovered a multitude of new oddities, mysteries,
Well,
and
I don't
discoveries
want to
about
open
the
my
game of
browser in
Minecraft.
fear of crashing. If you just search that, it's gonna.
Those who are
appear.
unfamiliar, and
Well, it
Iceberg
was the
Chart
top
lists a bunch of
video when I
entries about a
just
topic.
searched the
Those which
broken
are obvious
script
and well known are at the
ARG
top,
explained.
the proverbial tip of
It
the
was
iceberg.
the top videos.
But as we descend deeper, the entries become increasingly strange, obscure, or unknown. With the 5-year anniversary of my original video coming up, I thought.
I mean, I already know 3 of the 4. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna know exactly which ones those are. They're gonna be the ones in the ocean.
It was time for this series to make a return.
I know Box Pig. I know this one too. And the rest I'll probably recognize it once I look at it.
With a completely new and updated iceberg. Everything
Icebergs are fun. Are we feeling radical? We are. Wise Tree, we have been watching nothing but Minecraft ARGs for like 4.5 hours.
Entries come from others, which are credited at the end. So sit back, turn the lights off.
What? Sit back, turn the lights off, turn the lights on.
Very useful block.
Intentional game design.
Moon in Minecraft goes through phases. From the complete
I know that.
Zombies are more likely to spawn with stat 11 chance to spawn. Test several additional effects. Furthermore, by zombies,
we all know these. I'm skipping it.
And raids have more waves than in other difficulties.
Yeah, I know that.
The inside of an igloo is
igloo basement.
Launcher Easter eggs. Minecraft Java Edition includes a launcher, a different program that handles starting the game. Earlier versions of the launcher had several Easter eggs. For example, hovering your cursor over the play button revealed a random mob in the lower right.
Oh, I know that. I know that.
In 2022, it was announced that the Technoblade, the official.
Nice.
2 saves per world, and 5 preset seeds. This allows the player to start in the biome
I know that.
used always generates with the same seed.
I know that.
Interact with it. Console players used a different version of Minecraft, known as the Legacy Console Edition.
Know that.
To be the last one standing.
Bro,
where players
Tumble minigame was so tough. I played so much of that. Elytra sucked. I didn't like Elytra. It was mid.
Before each round,
I liked that one.
Bro, this map, yo, this was so tough.
Share of secrets to find,
I like this.
Oh yeah. I never finished that puzzle. I found myself up here once.
The new minigame lobby for the PS4 version of Minecraft. In fact, this iteration has its own little Easter egg, a sunken version of the original lobby.
I played it on Xbox One though, so I just did Xbox One edition.
Item frame rotations and
Java by allowing players to report others using the social interaction skill.
I don't know about player reporting. What?
Marked a substantial departure.
No, I've seen the report button though.
From how Java servers used to operate, where chats
this is a good.
Players on the same server.
Do we know this?
Now though, any chat traversal, there's an onslaught of negative responses from various people in the community. Concerns included the loss of server autonomy, the lack of messages tagged Save Minecraft movement.
Oh, I know the Save Minecraft movement.
Undeterred by the backlash. In 2023, they took reporting a step further, adding the ability to report player names and skins.
Way, I got hit by the tiniest pixel.
Bro, I'm just leaving the call. I hear clicking, barking, and raging. I'm out. I'm out, bro.
Steps to undermine the system by disabling chat reporting.
What's Tower of Pips? What?
Secret advancements.
Tower of
The
Pimps?
screen in Minecraft Java gives the players hints about what to do next and provides a more tangible
Secret
sense of
advancements? I might get a note the moment I look
There are
at
9
it.
advancements that are hidden from the screen, and these can only be unlocked by finding them for yourself. These secret advancements have a range of difficulties.
Don't I know
Some will be
this?
found by many players, such as the voluntary exile advancement that
I've
requires
gotten
the player to
that.
kill an illager patrol. Going to a village and completing the raid will unlock the hidden Hero of the Village.
That's not hidden. Everybody knows
Other
that.
secret advancements are far more difficult and are not things players.
I know those advancements, I just didn't know that they were supposedly secret.
Where the player must kill 5 different mob types in one crossbow shot. Birthday Song requires how did we get here? This requires
classic.
a first amount of planning, and it is by far the most difficult advancement in the entire game.
Yeah.
Screaming goats. Goats are found in mountainous biomes. This is
I know
common,
screaming
but
goats.
it makes screaming sounds
What does it sound like again? Remember I was trying to look for them in Pepis World. What is this? Holy tongue feet pics, bro.
Screaming goats also attempt to ram things.
Or
much
tongue
more often.
feet, please. I saw
You
feet
may get
pics.
so frustrated with the screaming goat that you decide to kill it, but it will leave you with one final scream.
Great.
Stunned Endermen.
What?
Endermen are a unique mob in Minecraft for many reasons. They're the only mob they're probably most memorable for their sight mechanic. Endermen are neutral until you look at their face. This causes them to become hostile towards you.
Yeah.
However, in Java Edition, an Enderman won't actually attack until the player looks away.
For
So if you're
0.25
playing
seconds?
a hardcore world and you unexpectedly look at an Enderman, you can just keep looking at it forever.
I recognize it. No, I do know this. I do know
A
this.
staring contest of life and death. Chick quadruplets.
Yeah.
It's well known that fixed chance that but they are extremely rare. So rare that only a few recorded instances eggs
What?
occur in real life, and that 4 chicks will spawn from a single throw. Quadruple yolked eggs occur in real life, but they are extremely rare. So rare that only a few recorded instances exist.
What?
It's possible that a double yolked egg can hatch 2 chicks, but there are no known examples of this with 4 eggs. Johnny. Renaming a Vindicator to Johnny using a name tag makes it immediately hostile to almost every other mob. This is
Here's
a reference
Johnny.
to Stanley
Yeah.
Kubrick's forest biome is a
Always
forest
him.
variant containing flower forest gradient.
Mm-hmm.
The flower forest biome is a forest variant containing lots of flowers. It
Wait.
can only ever naturally spawn one type of flower.
Wait, I know this.
Any specific coordinate can only ever
Yeah, I
be
know
seen
that.
in the world.
That's
There's a
cool.
4-block high golden
I know
monolith
that.
on an obsidian. The first of players will never see.
Flowers actually spawn in this. Way.
Tower of Pimps.
Okay, what is this?
We mentioned the Legacy Console Edition and its minigames, but this version of Minecraft also has a tutorial world. About 500 blocks away from spawn is a sandstone pyramid. On the top floor is a 4-block high golden monolith on an obsidian block.
That's not a monolith, it's tiny, bro.
Tower of Pimps, a structure made by Gavin of Achievement Hunter that would become the symbol of their Minecraft Let's Play series. In fact, Achievement Hunter even has a video of them finding the official Tower of Pimps.
What's their reaction?
Edition has many more secrets than most people realize.
They didn't have a reaction.
If you're interested in a deeper analysis video, let me know in the comments below. Lapis Diamond Trick. Diamonds are one of the most famous rare resources in Minecraft, and finding them can be difficult. But in Minecraft 1.1...
Why did they make diamonds look like this? What's it supposed to be? Oh, I see it. My view of diamonds just changed. I've always seen diamonds where for some reason I never thought of a line here. I just thought of like an egg shape here and then these connecting thingies. And these connecting thingies. I didn't think that there's supposed to be a cut here and then it's like the actual shape of a diamond. What? What? You see it now? I'm trying to see it too. I just don't feel like there's a line here. The bottom half made sense. But it always looks stubbier at the bottom. Like, it felt stubbier at the bottom and more sharp at the top. Ever so slightly. You know what I mean? Once I think about it, it is... No, it is. Once I think about it, it is. This has 1, 2. This has 1. You've opened my tongues. You're welcome.
In Minecraft 1.17, a quirk of the game's ore generation caused there to be a connection between the locations of lapis and diamond. If a player discovered lapis ore, they could always find diamonds by digging 4 blocks north and 4 blocks down. This version had an additional trick where finding a circular clay pattern could lead the player towards diamonds with a high success rate.
I know that.
However, both of these methods
clay
were
and dirt
in the following update. Debug stick. The debug stick is a commands-only item that allows the player to change the block state in the world. It looks like an enchanted stick. Using blocks with the stick changes their state. For example, modifying the age of week, players somehow... Everyone knows the Minecraft font, but did you know that it actually has a name? The font is called Mojangles. It's also occasionally referred to as Minecraft 7.
I know
nice
that.
Little fun fact. Gene and Simmons.
I know this.
A few mobs in-game have been given names by developers.
Yeah.
The 11 and was confirmed by Dinnerbone in 2015. However, Quinn Richter said that the Wither is named Simmons. But I've been unable to find any specific reason the warden is named William, although this is not attributed to a specific Mojang employee. Disc 12. In previous Iceberg videos, I've discussed 2 of Minecraft's strangest discs, Disc 11 and Disc 13. Both of these are unconventional, showcasing a story
Minecraft videos about Randar? No. I might.
Music. The numbering of these discs has an obvious implication, that there should be a Disc 12. And yet, despite both of these discs being in the game since 2011, a Disc 12 has yet to be added. Except for, what if it has been? Where are we now? In 2011, the 1.0 version of Minecraft released. It included 9 additional discs. This brought the grand total up to 11. However, in the game files was an unused track called Where Are We Now? This audio existed in the folder but could never be accessed in-game. The reason is that the developers had difficulty with spaces in the disc title. The track would sit unused until 1.4.4's release in 2012, where it would be added under the disc name Wait, an appropriate title for such a delayed release. Wait was thus the 12th music disc added to the game. There's another numerical connection too. A comparator looking at a jukebox playing Wait has an output strength of 12. Maybe these are all coincidences, but they do seem to point to the idea that this might be the missing 12th disc.
But that wouldn't make sense. If you did 11, 12, 13... I know you're supposed to play with them at the same time or something. But I feel like 11, 12, 13, you should just play them in chronological order. Just like some of those clever albums.
Bluestone.
And it might actually come together.
In 2019, Mojang released a trailer for the upcoming Village and Pillage update. After the villagers survive a raid by the pillagers, they celebrate by throwing items in the air. Way in the back is a cleric villager who throws up redstone dust. But then we see some type of blue dust.
What is that?
In the game.
Wait, I know this.
Players theorize that this was intended to be bluestone, or perhaps even cobalt. However, Mojang developers later clarified that this was just an animation.
Rendering error, yeah.
Not a subtle teaser. Unused paintings. There are 4 paintings in the game that cannot be found naturally and have to be summoned using commands. These are 2x2 squares showing the 4 classical elements: fire, wind, earth, and water.
I don't know that.
It turns out that these were added as part of a Pocket Edition promotional map.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Minecon, but
never heard.
Actually released. Still, these
do you guys know this one?
If you want to summon them.
Unused paintings?
Flying squids. In Minecraft Beta...
Okay, Flying Squids is a classic in old versions, Minecraft Beta 1.2.
This resulted in some extremely surreal images, which is sure to bring a wave of nostalgia to
Beta Minecraft, bro.
It's just one of the...
What is this, bro?
Early Minecraft special.
Imagine joining and, like, first time playing Minecraft and seeing that.
When the Nether was early in development...
It was called the Slip originally.
Several names for it. It was initially just known as Hell. However, a Tumblr
Hidden lore
post from
broken script, I'm gonna show you.
revealed that he also considered calling it the Slip, or Nexus. These names were ultimately canned because they didn't fit the game very well.
Nexus.
MinecraftForFree.com.
We all know Minecraft for free.
Was a piracy site that allowed players to, well, play Minecraft for free. It was created by...
It didn't do anything to get rid of Minecraft for free, because people still just pirate the game easily nowadays.
A user named Dylan, who was also part of the griefing group Team Abolition. A few years after the site was made, Dylan received a stern letter from Notch, telling him to take the site down or risk a lawsuit. Dylan could have just taken the site down, but instead he responded to Notch with a challenge, a 3v3 match on Quake 3 Arena with Mojang's best 3 versus Abolition's. With the Team Abolition win, Mojang would give each of the players capes. But with a Mojang win, Team Abolition would have to commission a custom dubstep song in Notch's honor. Just 10 minutes later, Notch accepted. The match was set up, and Jeb and Notch fought Dylan and his friend Storm Surge. Ultimately, Team Mojang prevailed, and Team Abolition...
How much, though? 66 to 29, they got pretty cooked.
...paid for a new dubstep song called Humiliation.
Bro, I love that. One of my favorite stories, Minecraft for free.
MinecraftForFree.com was taken down, but the story is one for the ages.
Yeah.
Stripelands. The Farlands are a well-known
Bedrock.
Two to the fifth far enough will vanilla. Data packs are collections of content.
Was that like
to Minecraft.
0.77 million?
And they include information like advancements, dimensions, crafting recipes, structures, and more. In Java Edition 1.13, much of the vanilla functionality was added to a data pack that's automatically activated when starting a new world. However, it's possible to disable the vanilla data pack using commands, and doing so puts the world in a bizarre state. The result is a game with no crafting recipes, loot tables, mob...
What'd you do?
It's possible to disable the vanilla data pack using with no crafting
Disable vanilla.
Or advancement.
Disable vanilla.
In fact, things get even stranger when we go to the Nether.
I don't know that.
Lava, but instead pools of water.
I do know that. I don't know how I
know
know that there's pools of water.
You can burn if you go in.
I recognize something about pools of water.
If you're interested in
how do I remember that but not the
surreal Minecraft experience, try this out for yourself. There are even tutorials about how to progress.
That's crazy.
Minecraft Google Delight. When searching for Minecraft content on Google, you may notice a grass block appear at the bottom.
I know this.
Clicking on it brings up Steve's hand, letting you mine away the search results to reveal Minecraft scenes in the background. The upper area features overworld biomes, but digging deeper transitions into caves and eventually the Nether. Any visible block can be mined. There's even a tool progression. Breaking a log gives you a wooden pickaxe, which can be upgraded to stone, iron, diamond, and even netherite. The minigame hides a surprising amount of detail. Scenes are randomly generated, and there are multiple different biome types. Breaking blocks has the correct sound effect. Furnaces can be activated, lights can be turned on and off, and TNT can explode. When you're done, just click on the X. This summons a creeper, which blows up, returning the page to normal. While Minecraft Easter eggs have been found in a variety of
Bro, why is this thing so weird? No way, bro. I actually have never played it, but I know this. Diamond. Hey. What does the back look like? That's loud. Let's get a little lower here. Nice looking cave down there, though. Couldn't you go to the Nether? Can you? It has a count of how many blocks you've broken. Similar crosshair as well. Yeah, an accurate crosshair. What are the images you're using in the back? These are the images. Okay, what am I doing, bro? Sorry, are you guys still watching? There's a speedrun category? Wait, how do I go to the Nether? Or the end, or the... How do I get somewhere else? When are we playing? I don't know. Does do a barrel still work? Yeah, it does. Alright.
Media. This is one of the more detailed examples. Era of Minecraft was one liquid system.
Volcano block
included 2 blocks called lava spawners and water spawners.
I know that.
Replacing a spot expanding lake.
And it spans forever.
Both of these. We'll stay in the in-dev phase for this entry. As I mentioned in a previous iceberg, InDev had the ability to select from several level types and shapes, such as a square island or a long flat.
Why do I want to just make like a anarchy server?
However,
with viewers,
the map type caused you to spawn above the clouds, causing you to instantly fall to your death. This came to be known as the Death Island, although it was eventually removed.
I know about that. Yeah.
Squid bugs.
I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, no, these, like I said about rare ambience, it's just
but
the.
On its own, this wouldn't be too. screenshot, a whopping 36,000 by 17,000 pixels, with a totally bonkers file size of 1.94 gigabytes.
Yo!
Maybe not a bad feature if you wanted to make a billboard out of your Minecraft world, but this was a bug that would be removed in the next version. The
Huge screenshot.
Incident. Ryan Holtz was a developer at Mojang with the username the Miner. In 2013, he attempted to support the Minecraft server by donating $500. But when he came to claim his donator rewards, it appears as though he accidentally joined the wrong server.
What?
When he came to claim his donator rewards, it appears as though he accidentally joined the wrong server. He immediately swore in the chat, calling Dinnerbone a crude name. When asked by another member to avoid swearing, he attempted to use his status as a Mojang developer to absolve himself. Ryan said that he wanted to be more community-oriented than the other Mojang developers. But this dedication proved to be short-lived. His misunderstanding of which server he was on quickly devolved into him calling it a scam. He then pulled the developer card again. Funny, as a dev, I would gladly call all of you useless, but I don't believe in name-calling. Guess we can't all be as enlightened now, can we? I mean, God forbid I should expect people to help me out, given that I'm a dev and all. What followed was something that seemed just a bit like name-calling. Apparently that explains the bugs that don't get fixed, because you're all a bunch of with no respect for the dev team.
I'm curious to know what it says. I'll describe it if it's, you know, if it's fine to describe it. Incident. What are the messages, though? I'm gonna do 8, I don't know. Yeah, but what was said? Oh. Actually, no, that's something different. That doesn't align with... Hold on. But what did he say? Oh. What did he say, bro? I have no idea though. Almost there. Let me just check images. I don't know what these images are, bro. I almost got there. Why can't I see the image? It keeps disappearing. Yeah, no, it is just, I don't know, it's just regular cursing somebody out.
All of you. I hope you all get brain cancer, die of fire.
Yeah, I mean, that is the worst of it.
Oh. Okay. But Ryan wasn't done yet.
Why was I doing a search when he basically said it?
Continued to verbally abuse the Minecraft team on Twitter.
The Minecraft people are a bunch of arrogant f***s. Serves me right for daring to join a Minecraft server. Nothing but abuse. You all.
Ryan said all of this as an active Mojang developer, insulting the fans, insulting his co-workers, and trying to use his status as leverage. To his credit, Ryan did eventually apologize, but the damage was done. It should not be surprising that Ryan Holtz is no longer an employee at Mojang.
The abyss. If you know this stuff, you're crazy.
In fact, this example, be rare the mistake of using tones to be particularly.
But yeah, I know these. Rare ambience in water. Green axolotls.
Uncommon for textures to change between the announcement.
Yeah, there's some sort of issue where it misrepresented something and then they took it out, or there's a mistake,
and the release.
Or it was bad.
What is strange though is the developer's response. But live recap article had an image of several of them, including a green color. But when the axolotl was added the following year, it had 5 colors, none of which were green. On its
it had an issue to do with some sort of bigotry, right?
This wouldn't be too strange of an issue. It's not uncommon for textures to change between the announcement and the release.
Yeah.
What is strange, though, is the developer's response when asked about the change.
Yeah, this.
Agnes joined a live stream where she discussed caves and cliffs. A user in the chat asked about the green axolotl.
What happened to the green axolotl? It's the only one not in the game, but was shown in Minecon.
You guys can't tell, but she looks terrified because of. You guys can't see it.
Yes. I'm not sure I can answer that right now. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So wasted.
That response is pretty odd. Agnes grimaces and then says she's not sure if she can answer that question. Why would this relatively minor change be something she couldn't discuss? Well, if we dig a bit deeper, we'll find that the bright green axolotl does not appear in nature. Instead, brightly colored axolotls are often artificially dyed using toxic inks.
Oh, that's what it was.
This illegal practice often results in the suffering and death of the animals.
Oh.
It is therefore logical that Mojang would want to avoid putting such colors in the game.
I get it.
It may have been considered an implicit endorsement of such a horrible practice. Perhaps Agnes didn't mention this because she didn't want to draw attention to animal cruelty.
Yeah, that's fair.
Uncensored Library. Article 19 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights says that everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This declaration is often referred to as the freedom of the press. But not all places have such freedom. Reporters Without Borders is an international nonprofit that advocates for the freedoms described in Article 19. And one of the ways that they've done this is by creating the Uncensored Library.
It was made in Minecraft, right? Yeah.
The Uncensored Library is a public Minecraft server that contains banned books and information, accessible by anyone who can play Minecraft.
That's crazy.
Here, residents in oppressive regimes can find information that was attempted to be suppressed. They can do so in the form of a Minecraft library. The design of it is tremendous, with many meaningful statues and art installations. It's a powerful testament to the freedom of expression. This library
in Minecraft
video, so let me know in the comments if this is something you'd be interested in seeing.
Exploring a banned Minecraft server?
Used for such a noble cause. Du hast Dusche. On June 29, 2010, a user made a bug report on the Minecraft forum used for such a noble cause.
I'd be interested in that.
It's fascinating to see Minecraft used for such a noble cause. Du hast Dusche.
Didn't he say...
It's a powerful testament to if this is something you'd be interested in, meaning you can do so in the form of a Minecraft library. It's a powerful testament to the freedom of expression. This library could probably
know this one?
its own video, so let me know in the comments if this is something you'd be interested in.
Exploring a banned Minecraft server. When I click on it, it doesn't take me anywhere. Here. 20-minute video.
You can manage any kind of work. Say your team is responsible for project intake from other departments.
Okay, where, what?
Of campaign management.
We find ourselves on a mysterious Minecraft server, sailing on an ocean. This is a place that we've heard about.
Who made it though? How did they get all the that's what I'm here for. How did they get all the uncensored information?
What will await us. Through the fog, craggy cliffs begin to emerge, jutting dramatically out of the blue expanse. Waves crash against the rocky shores. Trees and other foliage cling to the great.
Those look pretty cool though.
As we continue along the coastline, we finally see evidence of human activity. A marble path and a place to dock our boat. During our approach, we see something towering in the distance. We need to get closer. A staircase beckons, leading us through a short underground tunnel. Then, we finally see it.
Freedom to
it's a fist,
draw stuff.
A massive monument over 60 blocks high. A powerful symbol, but not of violence. For the fist does not hold a weapon of destruction.
I want to draw...
Instead, it holds a tool of creation.
Stuff.
A pen representing the supreme power of the written word. This server holds a secret. In fact, it holds many, or at least things that some people wish were secrets.
Supposedly all of them.
The purpose of the map is not to hide the truth, but to protect it.
Wonder if it has the Epstein files.
The statue marks the entry to a much larger compound. There are several reflecting pools with beautiful patterns in the tiles. To either side are large trees, and further on we find...
Imagine in Minecraft the Epstein files are released.
But the main point of interest is...
Yeah, it's the illegal book thing.
It extends for hundreds of blocks in each direction. The design is neoclassical, solemn and commanding, exuding a formidable strength. There's a massive dome on top, with several gardens on the upper levels. In front of us is the grand entrance. We've stumbled across a Minecraft world like no other. 6 marble pillars support the triangular pediment, inscribed with the name of this place. We are at the Uncensored Library. This video was sponsored by Raycon. Raycon sent me a pair of their bone conduction headphones. Cool. Oh, but their customers core to the deal.
Remember Raycon used to sponsor everybody like 3 years ago? No, like 5.
Inviting us inside.
Once
we're in, we
no,
see
like
a book
6.
on a lecture,
It was crazy.
which
No, it
tells
was
us
7 years ago. It was crazy.
Welcome to the Uncensored Library.
In
From
2019, where
reporters
Raycon
without
just
borders.
sponsored
In many
everybody.
countries, the internet is controlled by oppressive regimes. The media is censored and websites are blocked, but Minecraft is still accessible. We are using this loophole to bypass internet censorship and make independent information available again. Journalists from different countries, despite having been banned, jailed, exiled, or even killed, now have a place to make their voices heard again. Their forbidden articles are republished within the books inside this library to inform players around the world about the real political situation in their countries. Let us stand up for our right to information and let the world know that the truth can never be silenced.
This server is a place of secrets, real ones that have been suppressed. Players in oppressive regimes can join the server to access these banned texts, a loophole in the system. The server is a bastion of the freedom of the press. Ahead of the lectern is a massive rotunda. Above is a glass dome, a skylight illuminating the entire room. Beneath it, 3 rings contain the flags of hundreds of countries and territories. Sweeping
Canada?
arches below lead to the various wings of the library. On the surface level are 4 open book statues, with additional skylights blessing the tomes. The pages face outward towards the world. The information is open to everyone.
Who made it, though?
In fact, there's a huge map of the world visible beneath our feet, with countries marked in various colors.
Depending
the book
on...
in the center of the glass floor contains more information.
Depending on... That's North Korea, so I think I know what black means.
This map indicates the Press Freedom Index.
Oh! Norway has the most? Canada's gotta be up there, right?
This map indicates the Press Freedom Index.
How is Canada goated? Really?
Which measures the degree to which...
Really? Oh, is Canada not in here?
This map indicates...
Free Canada. 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 It's just political stuff, bro. I don't even know anything about political stuff. I'm just curious. Oh, Canada is up here pretty far.
Degree to which citizens are free to express their opinions without fear of retaliation. Surrounding the map is the hashtag
North Korea's got to be right at the bottom. Dead bottom, bro. Wait. World Press Freedom Index. Where's North Korea? It's all political stuff when I'm just probably like the least involved in political stuff, but I'm curious. 179 out of 180? What's lower? North Korea and then Eritrea. Even lower than North Korea? What? Wow. Wait, that's crazy. Lower than North Korea. Wait, that's wild. What? That's the North Korea of Africa. That's what people call it? I want to watch something on that.
It's the Press Freedom Index, which measures the degree to which citizens are free to express their opinions without fear of retaliation. Surrounding the map is the hashtag #TruthFindsAWay. This room is simply stunning. It's even possible to walk along the 3 rings.
It is a really cool room, though.
We find that each country has its own specific lectern. The book contains more details about the press freedom in that particular place. While the map shows the broad overview, the lecterns have specifics.
Norway.
But this is only the start of the library. There are 3 wings. north,
looks really cool from
east,
above.
and west, each with 2 rooms. Huge chandeliers mark the entrance to the hallways, and each of them has a building exit with a fountain. We know that this
It looks really cool though.
Reporters Without Borders, and the first room gives us more information about who they are. Up top is the phrase, "No freedom without press freedom." A book tells us about the organization. RSF is the world's biggest NGO specializing in the defense of media freedom, which we regard as the basic human right to be informed and to inform others. Where governmental media censorship and disinformation campaigns are on a rise globally, RSF fights for the truth to be known. This room has hundreds of yellow blocks floating in the air.
Who made this massive Minecraft server?
Angle, we can see that they spell out truth. The other
Oh, it's one of those things.
Yellow blocks floating in the air. By climbing the stairs and looking from a certain angle, we can see that they spell out truth.
That's cool.
The other rooms in the library represent specific countries as well as how they've enacted censorship. This is where we find the actual text, forbidden articles presented as books on lecterns. Furthermore, each room has a symbolic representation of censorship. One room contains a giant obsidian cage, the books captured within. This represents the plight of journalists who have been imprisoned for speaking the truth. The books here have been translated to English, but there are a couple of jukeboxes. Pressing the button reveals a music disc which contains the original voice of the author. Another room features a large maze entitled the Labyrinth of Truth. It represents efforts to make it as difficult as possible for citizens to reach independent information. As we start the maze, the pagoda with the books is visible in the distance. We know that the truth is out there. But reaching it requires us to navigate a seemingly endless path of corridors and junctions, complex enough that we might have no choice but to give up. In a different room, there's a giant kraken in a pool of water. Its tentacles surround the books, capturing anyone who dares approach them. At the bottom of the lake is a sequence of zeros and ones, binary information.
What does it
in
say?
fact, these numbers represent ASCII, one of the ways that computers store text.
Yeah.
We can actually decode it to see that it reads data repeated over and over. This represents systematic attempts to control the internet. Reaching independent information first.
This is crazy that they made this.
It guards the precious data.
Why?
In the East Wing, we see a statue of the Scales of Justice. This is a traditional symbol of fairness and impartiality. Justice is often depicted as a blindfolded woman who weighs the facts and makes her determination. But here, the scales are tipped, representing an imbalanced administration of the law. It symbolizes long prison sentences for those who criticize or protest against oppressive regimes.
Bro, my lips are cracking. Holy. I swear, they don't get a break.
Now's a good time to take a look at the roof of the library. It's partially accessible by the rotunda. This gives us a better view of the arches and skylights that are used throughout the building.
Damn,
we
bro.
can also see that there are trees and flower beds. Some of these are in the shape of open books. The rooms and their statues are the core of the library, but there's more to find on the grounds.
Let's go to
On
the
southeast and southwest corners
Eritrea.
of the compound are 2
I might
external
check a
buildings,
thing on it.
greenhouses. These contain more banned books and statues. On the southeast side, we see a judge's gavel threatening to crush a book, symbolizing the risk journalists face by uncovering governmental corruption. On the opposite side is a television set surrounded by rings of fire, indicative of TV and print media being strictly controlled. The rest of the compound contains gardens, fountains, and pools without any books. However, the exterior is just as beautifully constructed as the buildings. There are 8 fountains scattered throughout, of varying sizes. The northwest and northeast fountains are huge, with 4 horse statues on the edges. Horses often represent power and freedom, 2 of the key ideas behind this library. The fountain exists atop a large grid of grass blocks. I think that this is intended to represent the game of Minecraft. After all, the grass block is one of its icons.
Minecraft.
The horses of freedom are facing Minecraft. They're bringing the banned text into this digital world. Surrounding it are
Who made
hedges in
this?
the shape of open books. Knowledge and power are emanating from the blocky universe. The second fountain design is smaller. It has a flower bed itself in the shape of a flower, and it's surrounded by an elevated stone ring. It also has leafy hedges cut into organic vine-like shapes.
It looked cool
this
though.
contrasts with the other fountain, depicting a world of life instead of a world of blocks. It may be intended to represent a hope that the library's message extends beyond the game, growing and propagating like vines. But perhaps the most
It might be. That'd be such a wild take if he's right about that though.
The property.
It's a
there are
random
several
take.
different sections, rings that include flower beds, lily pads, and hedges. Looking at this in detail, we begin to see that there's meaning here. The most intriguing element is the topiary, trees that are cut into the shape of rectangles. I think that these represent computer monitors. The flower beds on the exterior are the real world, and we stand here looking through the monitors. And what are these monitors showing? Well, a grid of blocks, once again representing Minecraft. But this time there are even more layers. Minecraft ultimately works because of binary data, which is represented by the lily pad pool, a grid of zeros and ones. The next
doesn't look like it.
The actual hardware of the computer.
This is a stretch.
This is represented by hedges, which are cut into lines and circles that look like the pads and traces.
Looks like a circuit. Yeah, I guess.
This area represents the physical system of the game. In the very middle of this area is a tree, the life of ideas springing forth from the electronic world. And what is in this tree? Well, it turns out that there's a cat. Tony the cat, according to the sign. Maybe it's a cheeky representation of Schrodinger's cat, a symbol of the quantum mechanics underpinning the entire system.
Oh, yo, that'd be
Probably
tough.
It's just an Easter egg. Still, it's interesting that Tony exists in the center of what I feel is one of the most symbolically rich areas of the map. But Tony is not the only cat in this world. The outskirts of the library have some vineyards.
Why'd they put so much into
At
this?
the southern end, we find Patches the kitty cat, dutifully protecting the crops from mice. On the opposite side of the map, there's a cluster of trees. Climbing one of them reveals a sign that says, "The Sacred Kitty Cat." But the cat itself is nowhere to be found. Perhaps he's off on an adventure. There is something else on the outskirts, and it's easiest to see from the ocean. If we approach the extreme eastern side of the map, campfire smoke is visible. This draws us to a little camp called Horizon Isle. It's barely an island, but it does technically count. There is a second small, unnamed island on the edge. It contains a single blue cornflower, the only one on the entire map. There is another place with one unique flower. On the north end of the vineyards is a lonely lily of the valley. I don't know if either of these are meaningful, but I thought I should mention them nonetheless. The outdoor area has a few other oddities to find, such as a water bucket and an item frame in the hedge maze. There's also a random minecart in a tree. However, perhaps the most well-hidden Easter egg
Yeah, also a minecart in a tree.
on the edges of one of the cliffs. Pressing it displays the text, "Happy Halloween 2021." Now, there are a few interesting things to find that are not normally accessible. These can be found by switching into spectator mode. For example,
I find diorite one of the ugliest blocks in Minecraft, but they honestly used it really well here.
Switching into spectator mode.
It actually looks like marbling
For example,
instead.
You can visit the back rooms of the library, the liminal areas in between the interior and the exterior. Some of these are actually visible from the inside. Many of the rooms on the wings have windows looking in.
That's so liminal. What the?
I find the back
Holy
rooms to be
liminal space.
especially enjoyable to explore. Not just for their I find the back rooms to be especially enjoyable to explore. Not just
I think
for
he
their
means back rooms as in these rooms in the back, aka back rooms.
canniness, but also because it gives a deeper appreciation of how complicated it was to build this library. It took 24 builders from 16 different countries over 3 months to construct. The back rooms show us the basic structure.
Why does it have flowers
You
back
can
there?
stumble across leftover notes written by the creators. One of the signs is at the old location of the recent newsroom, which was later moved. There's also graffiti, a sign informing us that Mabel was here.
I love how he makes it so serious. There's a sign, it said
Just
Mabel
above it
was
is a
here.
chest. It contains several unsigned FAQ books, as well as one that is signed by Megatorius. Then there's an iron helmet. which we learned is a tinfoil hat.
Tinfoil hat.
If we turn to the right,
yo, well, why don't they use chainmail? That would look more accurate.
We can drop down
because like tinfoils are crinkled,
a
you
nice
know.
little place of relaxation for the builders. And suddenly we see the sacred kitty cat, a black cat named Emmett, keeping watch over the area. It's a really neat little detail that most people will never see. There are a couple of other random things in the back rooms. A chest on the opposite side contains 3 of the custom music discs. We can find a minecart on a rail near the rotunda. There's also a section on the ground level that contains a single villager's house. Perhaps he was the lone holdout who chose not to sell his property under any circumstances. Outside of the library, there are more hidden underground areas. Beneath the entrance staircase is a tiny room with a book containing the World Press Freedom Index ranking. Under the garden is a small void with a torch and a sign saying Toby was here.
Tough.
But things get more interesting when we return to the fist statue, where we discover that there's an entire underground room we missed. There's
whoa,
no
whoa, whoa, yo,
it's
this thing's huge.
Since it's in a different shape as the others.
Wait, what is the thing in the middle? Is that a villager
Behind one of the
tied up?
bookshelves is another one-room library. Here, there's a lectern containing a book. To all, mods and community, Blockworks, DDB Berlin, RSF. Thank you for the hard work you have put into this project. It means a lot to many. This thank you note addresses the key groups that worked on this project. DDB Berlin is a German creative agency, and Blockworks is a design studio focused on Minecraft builds. The note is written by someone named Hell. In fact, we can see who this is by going to another hidden room on the opposite side. Here are 4 player heads, including Jasperbot, HGK,
Hess77.
These are probably community members who worked on this map.
Who names themselves Hell?
Has a YouTube video
Like
of him
dog.
speedrunning the labyrinth, and Daynator is an admin on the Discord server, but I'm not sure who the other 2 people are. There is another oddity worth mentioning. The uncensored library is enclosed by a world border. However, there does exist data of chunks beyond it, and these chunks go really far out, over 8 million blocks in some cases.
Why?
Sometimes it's full chunks, sometimes it's just singular blocks. I don't know if this is meaningful, but in a world packed with detail, I'm not sure why
Is
this
it
would be
a?
out here.
Can you scan it?
Maybe there's some sort of code to find.
Yeah.
The uncensored library is both a Minecraft server and a downloadable map. Most of what you've seen today was the downloaded version on my local device. I did this partially because it's easier to manage. But I also did this because something strange happened during the production of this video. The uncensored library server went down. Hopefully it wasn't malicious, but I'm not sure. I emailed someone from RSF who did not know what happened, but they said they'd forward the request to someone who could help. With any luck, the server will be back up soon.
Shoot. Uncensored library got censored?
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI.
Holy yawn. This is not a yawn.
Before we conclude, I wanted to give a few thoughts on the project. The idea of using a Minecraft server as a censorship loophole is a really interesting
That's
one.
crazy,
And
bro.
when the server is up, it would ostensibly achieve this goal. Unfortunately, there are limits to this. The uncensored library doesn't work all too well as a trove of information. There are a very limited number of books. There's no way to search and no way to download the text. The vast majority of the library is ultimately decorative. As a result, there's a certain group of people online who disparage the entire thing. However, I disagree with that assessment. I think that the uncensored library is better thought of as an art project. On a basic level, the actual design of the map is tremendous. There's so much to see and find symbolically, and I had a ton of fun exploring it. But on a deeper level, the project raises awareness of RSF and the general state of press freedom in the world. It causes us to think, and it teaches us about issues that may not be well known. And from that lens, the uncensored library has been extremely successful. When it was first released 5 years ago, it garnered broad attention, even going on to win several awards.
Damn.
Since then, the library has been updated several times, and unless the recent downtime is permanent, it continues operating to this day. So while it might not be all that useful to people actually living in oppressive regimes, it does serve a purpose that I nonetheless think is worthwhile. I highly encourage you to download this map and take a look for yourself. There's a lot to it, and I wasn't able to cover everything in the video. Explore the library, read the texts, and think for yourself about what they're saying. Not a lot of Minecraft media causes us to do this.
Tough.
Which is why I wanted to share it with you. This has been RGN. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll